Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. I'm here. I'm here. Bruce on Wayne. Z is probably talking to himself and think he's live. No, no, no. I'm, moving a little slow, moving a little slow. Victor Creed. Yes, I am. Yes, I was late. Yes, I was late. I'm here. Look. So we're using profanity. Ugh. Yeah, this probably isn't gonna get monetized. This is probably gonna be straight up red dollar sign. Oh well. He just came out and just put a dick on the table. Bow. Right? Feet just tried to sun us and say, yeah, I'm not making toxic content. And look, I'm the big bad head nigga in charge in this mug, right? Like, yeah. As compared to y'all and your little gripes and your little weirdness, right? Y'all caught what he said at the end, right? Y'all scaring the host. Y'all are weird. Okay. Um, First things first. Let's get into, you know, he spoke about implicit bias. It's very interesting. Once again, the framing, right? Like black women are just whoa, look where their eyes are going when we tell them to look for misbehavior. Everybody's eyes are focused, including black women. Eyes are focused on the black boy. Like, duh, right? So it's the same thing that we do with white folks, which is the implicit bias thing. Um, of course, the obligatory minimizing what black men are saying, doing oppression Olympics for the most part, saying, okay, y'all got a point here and maybe a point there, but overall, black women are right. We're the problem. Um, okay, you know. So what I will say to Feek is this: everybody subscribed to you is one heartbreak away. All the black men are one heartbreak away. They are one lie away. They are one cheating girlfriend and wife away. They are one um situation away. One situation with a female professor. Shout out to Better You. They are one away. It is very interesting to essentially paint this once again as us not necessarily being resilient. Um, and then pretty much say, yeah, we're the issue, right? And I want to be very clear. Like Mr. Z is the one who speaks about divestors, and you could check my content. It's not all about divestors. That's not a black manosphere thing. That's a Z thing, and I use that to paint a larger picture. Yeah, that part. Um, you know, you go through the comments, and this is what Feeks tried to do here was paint us out to be the weirdos, right? Once again, so next time you talk to a cousin or older brother or younger brother about kind of the conversation that happens in the black manosphere, they're gonna look at you weird. That's the goal, to head us off, right, and make us look like the weirdos whenever we bring this up to a family member or an associate or a friend or a coworker, right? And it's very interesting, the framing once again. We're the weird ones, and if we would just stop, then I mean, he boils down black women's misbehavior to divestors, essentially, right? Exactly. He called himself a normal nigga. Brother, you're married, and like only 20, what? Well, actually, only 25% of Black Americans are married, give or take, right? 30, let's say 33 ish, 35 ish percent of Black men, 28 ish percent of Black women will ever be married. Really, it's 24. Exactly, Indigo Flow. Black men are one false accusation away. All that talk you doing. And by the way, the false accusation will probably come from a black woman, if we're just going to be honest. Thank you, Lithium. And Lithium says, I don't let my 38 and 40-year-old sister tone police me. Like, bro, like, it's very interesting. Once again, the framing. And, he did, speak to a couple of the things we're saying, but once again, minimized the majority of it and pretty much made it seem like we're stuck in, the girls don't want us. Bro, ain't nobody in here a virgin, bro. Ain't nobody in here talking about a lack of vagina for the most part in our ages, right? Like late 20s, 30s, 40s. We talk about the quality in the mouth and the attitude attached to the vagina. You know, the rest of the woman. It's kind of sexist what you did there, right? He cited Rhoda exactly, and he continued. After I spoke to him, he still put the Rhoda story up. Thank you, Better You. He still put the Rhoda story up, and that's to drive home his point. I mean, if we're gonna do oppression Olympics, black men, maybe you got one or two score points on the board. But yeah, what black women are saying is true, right? And in the comments, once again, are a whole lot of black. And there's a few non-black people, white trans, white men, immigrants from other places, non-black. I mean, non-African descent immigrants in the comments that say, "Yeah, I like your stuff, brother. Be very careful. Be very careful. I Because I don't think your goal is to necessarily demonize us in front of white folks and non-black folks, but you real close, right? You're real close because the goal here is to make us the weirdo niggas, right? You probably even regret all how y'all defecated on the word hotep and these, African nationalist brothers. Now you kind of doing the same thing with the black manosphere. All right. Every time y'all go to war with these people and blow their spot up and firebomb it, then y'all come back 5 years later, kind of regretting it. 10 years later, kind of regretting it, right? So I've watched it, and like I said, the obligatory rip it, and he did exactly what we say, which is the like um ripping black men to shreds to make 1 or 2 points, and then closing out. It's the sandwich, right? With like, bruh, I'm doing numbers over here. I don't know what y'all talking about. Exactly, John Jones, and thank you for the super chat. Right, your boy is trying to control the narrative real bad. Exactly. You know, if black women weren't waging a war with black men, I don't think that marriage rate would be so low. I don't think that birth rate would be so low. Huh? I don't think we would have spent the past, what, 4, 5, 6 decades listening to them go on and on and on and on about how horrible black men are. This brother made it seem like, well, I didn't really experience that. I mean, I didn't really hear that around me. I know it exists. I would like to believe that this is less common than I think. Right? Exactly, Ishmael. Talk about gaslighting black men's opinions and feelings. At best, it got acknowledged and then minimized. At best. And he definitely engaged in the oppression Olympics. And essentially say, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's a thing, but the black women are more right. And it's comments like that and sentiment like that that causes there to be a black manosphere. And yes, your channel is huge, but we've already acknowledged that most men, period, not just black, are blue pill as hell. And to those men, I say, see you in divorce court. Oops. Huh? You ain't want to touch that one now, did you, FD? Oops. To those men, I say, see you on the other side of that foodie call. Huh? To those men, I say, see you on the other side of that foodie call that she brings the food back home to the dude she's having sex with. Oops. Huh? We already acknowledge here that most men are blue pill. That includes black men, right? You have, shout out to Dr. Thunder, a man that could lift 420 pounds, pretty much break the majority of human beings with his bare hands himself. And y'all heard when Dr. Thunder said he in the car and women throwing drinks at his face. The woman he used to date. This man could break her with his bare hands. Not his words, Mr. Z words. I don't want people to put, I'm not putting these words in Dr. Thunder's mouth. Right? Exactly, line. Bruh, the dude put Sneeko on the damn thumbnail. Who here, who in the black manosphere is associated with Sneeko? Which one? Which one of us? Which one of us co-signed him? Which one of us is associated with him? Who? Even the conservative brothers don't rock with this dude. Who? Exactly. Dr. Hassan is getting socialist money. I heard that. Oh, don't forget that he defecated on septum theory, right? And misandry. Now, when you call women misandrous, what's that? Oh, you mean that little? You mean okay? So you just got insulted, and so it's misandry. So misogyny is a real thing. Misandry is not. Huh? Forget putting your thumb on the scales. This dude put his whole foot on the scale. Oh, am I a simp for black women? Ta-da! Yes. We already said that. I spoke about this already. See, what y'all want to say is defending black women and having black women's best interests at heart and loving black women is simping. That's not what we saying. That is not what we call simp. Y'all like to exaggerate the hell out of this word simp. No, throwing black men under the bus, minimizing black men's concerns to elevate black women, throwing black men under the bus, like I said, putting your son into a coma to give your daughter a little pow pow, that's simping. Spending 20 minutes defecating on black men to spend them at 30 seconds speaking about black women. Maybe, just maybe, possibly, you may not want to do that. That thing that you just did right there, just reconsider. FD is doing the same thing that the women are doing. They're running around the academics and heading us off with pop culture. They're running past the facts. Like I said, the lie is halfway around the world while the truth is still trying to get his shoes on. So they're running past Dr. T, Dr. Green Gorilla, Dr. Ron O'Neill, Dr. Ron O'Neill, excuse me, right? Running past them, putting all of this toxic propaganda out so that by the time we get to the subject, oh, you're one of those black manosphere guys. I ain't listening to you. Let me go back to my wife who's cheating on me with the pool boy. Let me go back to my girlfriend who just asked me for an open relationship. Right? Huh. The minimizing of what we're saying here, the insulting of what we're saying here, they're trying to head us off and make us look like some weirdo loser Negroes that's still stuck in high school. Have you heard the ladies? The openly saying, it's not my place to kind of critique this. I already said, okay, you're right. Any of the women over there where you at saying anything? No. Right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Bruce Wayne said FD signifier pale caca, which is like he's talking crap, he's talking shit, right? As always, it's Jermaine's fault. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, right? Huh? And these dudes really think that black women hate them, nigga. Have you seen that marriage rate? Black women lead in divorce. Women file for divorce at what, 70%? Black women is 80%. Do we think it? Do we just think it? And this brother said, I have seen the septum theory act out in real life. It's for sure a thing. But the brother, he's not thinking about that. You're talking about somebody that heard Mr. Z speak about Rhoda and then still put Rhoda in the clip, in the video. John Jones said FD is like Randall from Recess right now, hysterical. And essentially, he said, "Y'all niggas ain't really. If y'all were really about that life, y'all would be doing the numbers I'm doing. Like I said before, that's his whole bragging point right now, right? Look at my numbers, and I'm not being toxic, and I'm not being sexist, and I'm not being misogynistic, and I'm not being antagonizing to the women. You're right. You're being antagonizing to the men. And if I did what y'all did, I wouldn't lose female subscribers. I would lose male subscribers. Nigga, we already know these niggas is blue pill. You yourself said that we're here and they come and mess with us when they get their heart broken, when they get ripped out the frame. So are you admitting that you don't have no answers for them over there? Oh, I forgot. Just be resilient. You're right. Huh? Most men are blue pill and we need them to be. Most men, that includes black men, are blue pill and we need them to be. They need to be. I'm not just being funny to say, oh, we need them to be. No, we need them to be. Seriously. Right? Huh. They're only one false accusation away. They're one foodie call away. They're one stand up away. They're a divorce away. They're a character assassin. Excuse me, a character assassination away. What you gonna tell them? Just be resilient. Because what the women are engaging in is implicit bias. It's implicit. They're not doing it on purpose. They don't understand the power structure, right? It's all love. Once again, that marriage rate. Isn't this the same person that told us how low the divorce rate is for black women, white men? I'm just saying, there's a reason for that. Hmm? Exactly. And John Jones says he got the but I get more money than you fallacy. Exactly. Exactly, line. And we all know how Will Smith turned out. Better use it. You know, Z, that sounds a lot like the men and boys experiencing racism in a gendered way. I'm just saying, bruh, the minimizing of what we're saying here, the playing it down, right? The y'all scaring the hoes. You mean the hoes that's fucking the same 20%, 25% of niggas? You mean them? Wait a minute. We're scaring the hoes, even though most of us is getting vagina. And yet the brothers that listen to you under the age of 30 that are largely virgins or not having sex is a indication that you are the one with the right message, right? Uh-oh. Right? What's the stat? 60 some odd percent of men not having sex. How many percent of them are virgin under the age of 30? Huh? But we scaring the hoes. Okay, yeah, that's it. We're scaring the hoes, but more and more men are getting black men are getting their passports and dipping. More and more black men are speaking about SYSBM. We scaring the hoes. We're scaring the hoes, but I have a Latino coworker who 15-year-old son listens to Andrew Tate. I wonder why, but we scaring the hoes. Mm-hmm. We scaring the hoes. You mean we scaring the hoes that are in same-sex loving relationships disproportionately to everyone else in the country? You mean the bisexual hoes? Or you mean the same-sex loving hoes? Or you mean the hoes that are 3, 4, 5, 6 deep on one same dude? Those are hoes we scaring? Yeah, we scaring the hoes. That's it. We scaring the hoes. That's why the U.S. has a what 1.6 birth rate per woman. Yeah, because we're scaring the hoes. The black manosphere that didn't really coalesce, what, up until about 10 years ago, give or take. We the ones scaring the hoes. Yeah, that's it. Hmm. Huh. We're scaring the hoes. Y'all heard it. Let me read this one first, Eric. And D Scott says, "Don't scare the hoes." Right. By definition, FD, you're not normal. You could talk about all the weirdo stuff in high school and college and whatever. You met your lady at 21 years old. The age of first time marriage for women is 30. Normal. You're married with 2 children as a millennial. It's not normal. Actually, whoopsie. Brother, you know what you're doing right now? Ugh. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You're kind of doing the Kim Foster, Ebony K. Williams class thing. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to do that one on purpose. Or maybe you did. You're kind of doing the condescending down to the lower classes thing. Wait, advanced degree black man, earning a good 6 figures plus a year, telling other Negroes that they're weird, they're scaring the hoes, they're stuck somewhere in high school, they have a warped worldview. Anybody want to talk about the miseducation of a Negro? Whoops. Right. Exactly, Leon. With advanced degree, a house above average, income, two cars, stay at home wife. I can continue. Bruh. But he regular though. Making how much money a year off for your YouTube channel? But you're normal. Something about brothers coming from the ivory towers and sisters coming from the ivory towers dictating down to black men, the masses of black men, and telling us we're the ones with the weird worldview. Yeah, that's it. Better you hysterical. And better you said, I would argue most guys here are not normal. A lot of guys in here are successful in their respective right and exceptional work ethic. Cough Z work 500 hours a week. Not 500. It's hover around 70. Sometimes it's a tad bit under 70, and sometimes it's a tad bit over 70, but about 70 a week. About 70 a week. 70 hours, right? Exactly, Jake. Ivory tower blindness for real. Bruh. Look, I love you, brothers, but could y'all drop the sexism and the misogyny? I mean, what y'all are saying, look, I can't say it out loud, but what y'all are saying makes sense. But if you would drop the misogyny, then the women would stop acting the way they do. Never mind that they started it first, and never mind that they won't actually stop doing it. But I'm going to tell you to stop so they can stop, even though they won't stop. That part. Huh. He think he's saying something by speaking about how large his subscriber base is of largely black men. We already know that, bro. I don't know if you really listen, but we've been saying the majority of men are blue pill. That's why we call when they get hit in the face red pill rage. That's why we call it that. That's the whole point of the title. We call it red pill rage for a reason. And D says, I dislike the way he says, you ninjas, you niggas. I tried to watch it, but I couldn't finish. Yeah, it is an quote unquote antagonizing. It is. And it was meant to be. Right? It is antagonizing, and it was meant to be. It was meant to be insulting. It was meant to be antagonizing. It was meant to be minimizing. It was meant to be belittling. And he threw us a bone by saying, all right, all right. I'll play a clip or two from a divester, and I'll show that, these teachers have implicit bias that includes the black women that y'all come in contact with. Right? And go touch grass and go outside. Brother, have you ever heard Mr. Z's outro? Y'all, what is Mr. Z's outro? My outro has been the same for what? How long? BGS said, so the gloves are off. Z? I unstrapped them, right? I unstrapped the gloves. I don't know if they're fully off yet, right? But he definitely did the, okay, I'm tired of you niggas pretty much saying that it's a bunch of, and for him, though, it's like he was fishing for something. Because for him, it's like, well, y'all are minimizing how many black men I have over here by saying, like he tried to come at me. that my subscriber base is largely black women or non-black folks. And so I'm tired of y'all saying that. Thank you for giving me a reason to say and do what I wanted to say and do anyway. What? Corral a bunch of blue pill niggas to think we're the weirdos? Right up until that devastating heartbreak. Right up until she treat yo ass like you're in the friend zone or a stalker or she hits you with false allegations. Uh-oh. Or she try to get you jumped. McNary went, oops. Right? And Eric Deadman says, if he made a video going scorched earth uh, on this side, that's fear. If this side is so insignificant, you wouldn't need to do that for small channels. I get what you're saying. From small channels. True indeed. True indeed. Right? And for him, the divestors are a figment of our imagination. They're not that serious. They're not that significant. Okay. Right? Once again, that's Mr. Z. And I used him to show, look how long it took. And by the way, you're still the only one really saying something as a black man. I just want you to realize that you are still the only one saying something as a black man. Nappy Headed Hoba did a little blink and you'll miss it. One comment about them. Kim Foster barely mentioned them once, even though a couple of them have larger channels than her. I'm just saying. And that's my whole point. I'm bringing them up. I'm just saying. You only prove the point when you, as a black man, are the only ones that have mentioned them with your large ass channel. Thank you. Thank you for proving the point. John Jones said his scorched earth was mid, yawn. Right? Look, I got like 750,000 subscribers between both channels. I hear you. And if I started covering the things like y'all do, I wouldn't lose women subscribers. I would lose male subscribers. And y'all Negroes are weird. That's not what you said. You niggas is weird. Thank you for calling black men weird in front of a bunch of non-black folks. As evidenced by your own comment section. Thank you. Right? Thank you very much. Huh? Thank you for boiling down black women's misbehavior as just divestment. This little small niche of black women online talking absolutely reckless. Thank you for boiling down their misbehavior as just okay, yeah, that's just that little small group of divestors over there. That you black men, Mr. Z, hyper focus on. Thank you for still putting Rhoda, a black woman that stood standing after getting hit in the face with a brick, apparently not. Thank you for still putting that up because you were trying to prove that black men minimize violence against black women. Black men like Mr. Z and the Black Manosphere minimize violence at the hands of black men directed towards black women. And so you put up, and it was real. Oh, this was a great example. You put up the black woman that faked the whole thing after having the conversation with me. Right? Exactly, right. What killed me the most is when he said, I would never tell people to watch divestor content. Neither would we. And you know what's interesting? Once again, Mr. Z saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch this." I don't suggest y'all do it for your own mental health. Huh? Once again, D. Scott said, "Don't scare the hoes." Right? Exactly, Leon, bro. You kept on saying those comments too, right? I identify as a, and my race is, and I live in country, and I speak blank, and I agree with you. These black men are weird, and divestors are just emotional, sad women that need a black man to listen. You a Matt. Thank you for once again proving our point. This is the same thing y'all did with Hotep. And then flip it. Now black women are saying, black men watch me get harassed on the train and say nothing. Well, y'all said them niggas is Hotep. Them niggas that really be about black people and black women. It's the same thing y'all did with Dr. Umar. The same thing y'all did with a bunch of these Afrocentric brothers. Y'all use Hotep as a pejorative. A decade later, one decade later, 10 years later, huh? No, tell the white dudes they can have them. Tell the Latinos they can have them. Tell same-sex loving black women they can have them. What you don't get to do is defecate on what we're saying here, minimize what we're saying here, and then on the other side of that, 5 years later, 10 years later, because there's a reason why I covered the South Korean clip the way I did. There is a reason I covered it the way I did. Y'all keep on giving these black boys and men the middle finger, you're going to find yourself in the same position the South Korean women find themselves in. Begging the government to squeeze men for the tax dollars so they can make up in tax dollars for not having a goddamn man and no kids. I know I didn't marry him. I know I didn't have kids from him. But could you go and flip him over and shake all the money out of his wallet so we can use that to fund me sticking the middle finger at him 30 years ago? Huh? The last time y'all did taxation without representation, it didn't look good. Every time y'all do taxation without representation, it don't look good. Yeah. And Grab Second Gear says, I found his comment section suspicious by announcing themselves like that. Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but for me, it wasn't. I do think a lot of those people are real and they're not bots. But it is weird. It is weird to continuously see um I'm a black man, I'm a straight black man, or I'm such and such from this country, or I'm a recent immigrant, and I listen to your content, I like your content, I listen to you because I want a different perspective. I like, yeah, right, huh? So we have a whole lot of, and there were a lot of, like, it wasn't most, but there was a nice portion of people that kept on saying they're not black men, white trans, recent immigrants. I'm like, ooh, I don't know, bro. What? I don't know. And listen, yeah, those comments are absolutely astroturfers. Yeah, right? Huh. I'm a white straight man and I like your content. All right. So in your attempt to sun us, you minimized us in front of a bunch of non-black folks. Excuse me. And you have a whole lot of non-black folks coming to your rescue to say, "Yeah, I'm not a black man, but I listen to you." Uh, Remember, this is the same thing. Like I keep on bringing up the hoteps for a reason, because you even had white folks using the word hotep as a pejorative, and that's when y'all started feeling weird, huh? You did say you're not trying to step on black people in front of white folks on your channel. Those were your words a little while ago, right? Your words. I wonder if you want to stick to that now. Hmm? And Jiggin or Higgin says FD proves it pays to bash and corral black men. And thank you for the super chat, brother. Of course, come on, man. Especially if you sunning black men, kind of from an intellectual angle, not really. And essentially putting your dick on the table and saying, "Yeah, I'm HNIC around here. You little niggas with your little channels, don't you get it? You're misogynist, and y'all barely making any moves. And in 3 years, I went to 750,000 subscribers between two channels. Y'all niggas got me fucked up. I'm doing it the right way. I said that's what he was gonna do, right? I said that's what he was gonna do. I'm doing it the right way. Y'all are doing it the wrong way. Check my statistics. Man's not hot. Peep the statistics. Ain't that right, FD? Ask me. If you didn't watch the music video, you're not gonna get it, right? Hmm. So FD just tried to sun us and minimize what we're saying here and boil it down to divestment bashing. That's Mr. Z. Like I'm saying, that's Mr. Z as in he's talking about me, and that's Mr. Z because I'm like the only one that really does that. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat per BGS. This nigga really went at Dr. T. Hassan Johnson more than once. What is up your ass about Dr. T. Hassan Johnson? What is it about Dr. T? He really got an issue with. You would think it would be Green Gorilla, but it's really Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. He really got an issue with Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Is it because Dr. T. Hassan Johnson not trying to tone police us? Is it because Dr. T. Hassan Johnson actually did get his PhD? Is it because Dr. T. Hassan Johnson actually considers what we're saying here and doesn't minimize it and call us a bunch of sexist, misogynists? Huh? And BGS says Dr. T wear dreads better than him. Right? What is your issue with Dr. T? This is definitely not going to get you cool points from Dr. Tommy Curry. Stop it. I don't know which one of your female academic friends is sending you on the jihad against Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, but we won't have it. Or are y'all gonna try to run him out like y'all did Dr. Tommy Curry? Oops. Exactly. Dr. T isn't a simp, right? You got a real thing about Dr. T. We got look at all the PhDs we have in this space. And he really got an issue with Dr. T. He's trying to minimize septum theory. Why? Why? Because a bunch of homegirls that you know got the septum ring with their white boyfriends? Well, they cut it a little off and they got the septum ring and you could kind of smell it and you kind of know what we're saying is the truth. So you have to attack it. Right? Hmm. Weird. Right? So we just watched FD Signifier come after us. Right? Was it effective? That remains to be seen. But what he tried to do was make us look like a bunch of weirdos. Right? We're the weird cousin that talks negatively about black women. Right? That's who we are. So what he tried to do, like I said, is head us off, make us look like the weird, sexist, misogynist uncles, cousins, brothers, nephews. And he just minimized everything we're saying here. And it could be easily explained away with the statistics. Right? And better use is Dr. T took his girl back in the day, LOL, just kidding. You never know. Right? You never know. Oh man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
What's the deal?
Yo, what
Man,
up?
what's up?
Yeah, first of all, can we just take a second to laugh? I just want this motherfucker put Sneak on the thumbnail.
Bruh, like who listens to which one of us rock with Sneeko?
yo, I had to bring it back like timeout. I know this motherfucker didn't put Sneak on the thumbnail.
Hey,
Bruh.
bro.
This motherfucker put Sneak on the thumbnail.
Whose man's is it?
Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is this? Whose man's is this?
Who sanctioned this, bro? Who said
what? And you put this up, and you
Hey,
think,
you on his own way.
you really put this in there? You really think you Nas right now? You think you Nas trying to eat?
This is not ether. This was not, bro. Not even close. Dude.
You think you Nas?
No.
You trying to kick knowledge? You trying to kick knowledge, right? You put Sneeko in the thumbnail. Think you kicking knowledge? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Time out. That just leads me to believe you really don't understand what red pill is. You really don't.
No,
you really
bro.
He
don't. He definitely don't.
No, you know what he's gonna say? He's gonna say, "Well, you wait. You know, so what y'all don't get is Matrix. The red pill was really speaking about trans and changing your sex and et cetera, et cetera." And oh, bruh.
Hey, can I make a request? Can I make a request?
Go ahead.
Can we just like install benign neglect against this guy because like it's not working. He's just like, hey, don't believe y'all experiences, bro. None of what y'all going through for real.
Dr. T. Hassan Johnson's getting socialist money. Where the fuck that come from,
bro? I don't know. So, I don't know.
Like, yo, just say you mad because you're getting numbers and no one's really caring about what you have to say because you're not.
Did you just call this nigga Drake? You said this nigga Drake to push your teeth. You call this nigga Drake?
You put the chick, and here's the thing: you put the chick with the story that got so quote unquote hit with a brick. You didn't even follow that story all the way.
Bruh, I told him to follow the story, but he's so bro. You know what it is? He's so obsessed with kind of minimizing and dismissing what we're saying, that he like, because for him it's like, well, y'all like to make it all of these stories seem as if these women are lying, but this bitch was really lying. Like she was really lying, nigga.
You literally
Hey,
just put the photo of a chick who was caught lying.
let's keep it
So
100.
Literally
What's
just
worse
did
than
that.
that? What's worse than
And but
that
it
is
only
that
proves
she
our
lied
point.
about she
Yeah,
lied
yeah.
about black women beating her up.
yep.
Bruh. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
she did
lied
do
a
that.
lot of
Yeah, she
times.
did.
She's a
Yeah.
very untrustworthy eyewitness.
Bruh.
So
Bruh.
She said, I hate these black American women. They're the biggest haters. They beat me up, did all this, and it's like, shorty, black women beat you up too?
Bro,
Damn.
who hasn't?
He should have
Damn.
pulled. He pulled the move that like y'all
I
ever see
kind
like
of, I
the.
kind of believed it because that's how black women beat up other women. But
Yeah,
okay,
it's
I'm gonna
really
believe
bad.
it in that context. Fuck it, I'm believing it in that
But
context.
but another thing, here's my thing, and he still
Hmm.
hasn't answered the question. I need to see some sort of real evidence that black men hate black women. I'm gonna need to see that eventually. I'm getting tired of
No,
him
no,
just
no.
saying it
It's
and
black
still
men hate
can't
black
give us
women.
no evidence.
It's black men hate black women, but definitely us in the black manosphere, or we despise black women, or we think black women hate us. Now that part, some maybe, kind of, sort of,
Yeah, some, maybe
right?
I
some,
would say
but
we're more so disappointed. I don't know about Matt. Maybe dudes go through like red pill rage, but like I would say I myself personally, I'm more disappointed than mad. I'm so disappointed. I rather like let go, let God, rather than like, oh yeah, I got something for
but
your ass.
no, but the thing
I'm,
about red pill rage, what I know he
Mhm.
doesn't understand is that the red pill rage doesn't even isn't even directed outward. It's inward because wow, I actually believed all this bullshit.
Thank you.
That's
And I'm
where it
going through
comes
I'm
that
from.
right. I'm still going through
mhm,
that right now.
I
right.
actually believed all this bullshit.
That
well,
part.
That's where it comes from.
Well, this
it,
is
And
it's
that
it, it,
watch
I
this,
believe
watch
you
this,
guys
watch
hate
this.
black.
Wait. Kev, real quick.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So y'all already know elder privilege. So Kev, whenever he want to speak, he speak. And you want to know how much we hate black women? Whenever Toya want to speak, she speak before all the rest of us. That's how much we hate black women.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
can't
Kev.
stand her ass. Yeah.
Well,
Exactly,
no,
Who else on
no.
the
exactly,
panel? Who let her on the
Let Toya
panel?
go ahead and get her.
exactly,
Who let her
Let
on the
let
panel? Who let her on the
let Toya
panel?
get in first. Go
exactly.
ahead, Toya.
No,
Go
please,
ahead,
Kev.
Toya.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
So I
Good
guess I'm
evening,
trying to
Toya. Go
understand.
ahead.
I
Right.
guess I'm trying to understand what his issue is because it's because black men are not marrying black women in high numbers or something like that, or how did he
that's
No,
layered.
how did he
his
how does he deduce that black men hate black women?
so originally from what when my understanding is, he felt a certain way that he kept on getting hit with comments, and he felt like I was even speaking to the majority of his subscriber base not being black men, largely being white folks and black women and LGBTQ folks, which he does have a huge number of that. But so he felt like we were minimizing his progress with black men because FD's, at least it looks like what his project is to offer this kind of off-brand um watered
Bullshit.
down version of what we do here. It's even less than purple pill. It's like an intellectualizing of the purple pill where black men accept the abuse and the denigration and the insults from black women and just see it as implicit bias because black women are raised in this society also. And so their sexism is understandable because once again we live in an anti-black society, right? And black men who have somehow we have more power or more influence than black women. So we should understand her quote unquote implicit bias against us. So it's almost like his real issue is that black men in general, but definitely the black manosphere, including Z, we were minimizing in his mind, we were minimizing the progress that he's done working on black men, not quote unquote hating black women and being sexist and misogynistic because of the
Nah, so
online
fuck out
content
of
like Kevin
Well,
and like Andrew Tate, et cetera, et cetera. But
but my
yeah.
next question to him would be like, okay, so you think the red pill is just about the rage bait? We hate women, and deep down, you want men to renounce the red pill. Okay, say we do that. Will women
Mhm.
renounce intersectionality or feminism?
Of course not.
No, absolutely not.
Ask them to do that, and let's see who's for real and who's not.
But let's pause right here real quick. Let me read this real quick before we continue. And Black Wizard says YouTube stacks the deck with who gets visibility. Absolutely, the people on this side who get the numbers use multi-platform strategies and game the algorithm. Bruh, like I said earlier today, was it today or yesterday? Today. Yeah, look, man, I've had a conversation with a brother offline about this. And I don't like to complain about this because obviously it's not black owned and et cetera, et cetera. So, and I understand my content and what I produce here. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't disagree with you, Black Wizard. We'll say that. I just don't disagree with you. That's what I'll say. And yeah, thank you for the comment.
Hey,
Absolutely.
so can
Uh,
you hear
yeah, go ahead, G.
me? Man, what I'm gonna say, like, I'm not mad or disappointed, man. The whole world is watching, and we just
Hmm.
watch paint that man in the corner and admit everything we've been saying for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
He openly said it, like this is an anti-black country, and black women internalize that and do the same thing. He said it out of his own mouth.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
really no
yeah, yeah.
arguing. There's no point in debating it with them. We've been having these same talks with these people. I would just ask them questions like, I would want to just talk to these dudes on a deeper level because I actually don't believe that he acts like he doesn't act as what he portrays in real life. There's
I think
no
so
way.
too.
There's
Yeah.
no way you've been married to a black woman for 15, 16, 17 years and you ain't put your motherfucking foot on her neck. I don't care what you talking about.
No, see,
Gee.
that's the thing.
Like you have never been
FD,
mentally
FD, FD
content.
isn't the type to put his foot on the neck. He
Listen,
adjusts his
listen,
behavior
I
to
think
how the
he
woman
bro.
feels.
No, he
You know
does.
what I'm
Yeah.
I don't believe that, bro. I know black women.
Mm.
All was raised by black women, bro. Black women
saying?
do not stay with soft ass niggas. They don't do it. She would have been and had
I
3 or
will say
4
that.
kids.
I don't think FD is
Nah,
soft. I will
nah.
give G this. I agree with Leon that FD is the one that probably modifies his behavior. I absolutely agree with that. But I don't think that I definitely don't think he's a pushover in his relationship. I don't think he's a pushover. I think he'll modify his
Yeah.
behavior. I think a lot of that comes from like a left leaning perspective, and really, like I keep on saying, believing that the woman is probably on the right side of history in whatever respect. But I don't see him as necessarily a pushover in his household. And I want us to always recall he met his wife when he was 21 and she was 19. So his
Yeah.
perspective, he was. I mean, you out of the game. You out of the game by 20 before
But what
25.
it
Nigga,
is though,
you don't
but
even know.
listen
You don't
though,
even know. Everything is
So
But
theory.
but
Go ahead.
but here's what makes it
Zoe,
worse.
listen, Zoe, hold on, Zoe, listen. Let me get this off one time.
Go
I've been
ahead.
holding it. He met her when he
Mhm.
was 21 with higher education than her.
Yeah.
He got an advanced degree. She probably doesn't. The man
No, she do. She do.
intelligent.
He has a master's in education. She has a master's in business.
So this one,
business.
he
So he
probably
dates younger
he
women.
he
Cool.
trained, but this is what I'm saying. He trained that girl for him. He met her when she was 19,
Yeah.
and he's been working on her for years, attacking her
Yeah.
psyche, her behaviors. She has his children. Like I think that we underestimate a lot of these guys. They're drifting and they're lying about how they really act because when we start painting them in corners with logic, they have to admit the logic we give them.
Well,
They
my
got
thing about
walk
this
them back.
is though, but look at this.
Go ahead.
Look, two different, totally different examples. Because look at FD. Now look at
Mhm.
Anton. Because Anton was on that same
Yeah.
shit that FD
Yeah.
was.
You
Here
were
we
saying
are a
that
year later. Look at
earlier.
Anton.
Hmm.
And Anton's still married. Anton is the same story. Married his woman out of high school. Been married ever since. And look what he's on. And he's like, yo, the hell with all this crap. And the
Yeah,
messaging
but
he's
FD
giving,
would never
Anton
do
is
that
pretty much,
publicly.
yeah, Anton is
Oh no, of
Anton is
course
pretty
not.
much come full circle and like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yep.
Y'all got a point.
Yeah.
He's like,
FD, because of FD's brand and because FD is solidly in on the left, he would never admit that openly. Even if he knew, and by the way, he knows, he would never say it open. The most you get from FD is kind of what he's doing now, which is minimizing the bad behavior to like divestors or like, implicit bias or the whole system. Like G was saying, the whole system is racist and anti-black. So black women are too, which by the way, I don't disagree with. I
Well,
understand.
clearly,
Like I said, go ahead.
no. Finish. You
No, no,
paused
but
for a second.
yeah, but what I was saying is like I spoke about this before, right? Y'all have heard DC speak about this.
let me
You have heard
finish.
other scholars
But
speak about this. This is why we say a decolonized mind. A decolonized mind. What we're speaking to are black women that don't have a decolonized mind, and yet you're minimizing what they're doing that affects black boys and black men, right? And I'll pause right there. Go ahead, Leo.
So during the FD Signifier, Mr. Z interview or
Mm-hmm.
podcast or whatever you want to call it, I was getting
Call.
extremely frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting extremely frustrated. BGS knew I was frustrated when I came to his video. My thing
Mm-hmm.
is this: I listen to what people say. Um, and after he was talking to BGS, I looked up the video in 5 minutes because I've listened to him before.
Mm-hmm.
Clipped it. I didn't do it out of context. I took the whole clip. The only thing I cut out is him saying that black women are the most educated. Because I said, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's unimportant and he's wrong. But let
Yeah.
me take the whole clip of the conversation. And it's beyond bias. It's I want to talk to black women about subjects, but I know what's gonna happen. So he's fully aware of what he's dealing with when it comes to our women. That he can't tell them anything. And that's how he lives his life, wanting people, especially women, to like him by not saying anything. He won't give advice to any woman about their situation because he doesn't want to come off like Kevin Samuels. So basically, what he's
Yeah.
saying is
Yeah.
you have to find a man for you, not like this guy might have to compromise something about himself while you compromise something.
Let's turn that off. Whoever that is. Yeah.
My thing about
You
this
know,
is,
you and the truth.
Sorry, Leon.
Okay,
Sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah.
go ahead,
Land
Leon. You
Leon and
got
then
it.
Lion.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
so
Let Leon go. Then let Leon go. Then let Toya go. She's
Mm-hmm.
been waiting on it.
And whoever was in the background trying to get in, I'm sorry, we are full. Once we get a chance, we'll have you up. But yeah, we full. This is the subject because this nigga think he just did a drive by on us. Yawn. Anyway, go ahead.
so when you can't give a woman with a, let's just say, for instance, she has a bachelor's or a master's degree and she's talking to you about guys, and all you do to women is sit down and listen. You don't give them any advice or critique because it's going to make you sound like Kevin Samuels. Well, you're going to have to be something that guy likes. Oh, okay. So he doesn't want that type of energy to critique black women
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because he knows the outcome of it. So, so you're sitting here saying you're a simp. It's beyond simp. It's cowardly, and even your fear of coming up with something. So the fact is this: he's not really about no solution, and most progressives ain't about solutions. If it's fucking women are in fear when they go outside, and and most of the time it's black men doing it to black women. Okay, so my question is, so what's your solution about these black men?
You
And
know.
the room gets silent because progressives don't believe in criminalizing people. They really don't.
Mm,
They really don't want to participate, and yeah, they need to go to jail because they're hyperly against that. And then they understand, well, if we come up with these ideas, there's a white supremacist structure over us. They go about it however they fucking feel like.
yeah.
So they really don't want a solution.
Mm-hmm.
They're
No,
just talking.
I'll say
Leon.
this. You know, he admitted he said it multiple times. We got to accept him at his word. He doesn't think it's his place to offer up critique or speak on that level. I, I am so totally okay with him feeling uncomfortable speaking about that. I won't even judge that.
Yes.
My question is, okay, fine. If y'all want to do the unc speaks to nephews and auntie speak to the girls and to the nieces, fine. Where are the
Yes.
aunties though?
Az.
Exactly.
And this
I
is
feel
Right?
like I
this,
feel like he don't have the grit of like even a high school kid who had to like go back and forth with like a legit mean out of pocket, like I would say even mind of a black teenage girl, because
Yeah.
it's like he don't really like he like I don't think he I think I don't know if I want to say
Hold on.
apologetic or whatever like that. I
What,
think he
what,
rationalizes his
what
position.
ethnicity is FD? Is he ADOS?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
Ados. I think
ADOS.
he's Ados.
He's
I think he's
black,
Ados.
black.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
here's
from
something for
Chicago,
y'all.
man.
Here's something for y'all. What's the name of the principal of that all boys school up there in New York? The light skinned brother. Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's
I
his name?
do.
Talking
But
about
y'all
Dr.
know who I'm
Richard,
talking about though.
Yeah, I know
Is
who
his
you're
name Rich?
talking about. I
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
remember
Okay.
his name though.
the one that's
So
on
if y'all
TYT sometimes.
no, not Dr. Richie. It's another brother.
Nah,
It's
he's up
another
in New
brother.
York City. He
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he,
He's in New York.
he pops up periodically. He was actually coming on for a while back, a couple years back,
Yeah.
quite regular. He pops up and does commentary. I know
Yes.
exactly who you're talking about. If
Yeah.
I see him, I can't remember his name though.
He he did a he did interview with Iala Van Zant after the whole debacle with Ebony K. Williams the first time around. And he was speaking about when those mothers are pro, because all those women were coming at them crazy in the comments, him and Iala Van Zant, obviously. And he was speaking about the attitude of these mothers when he would meet them, and mind you, he don't know them from a can of paint, and they got all the attitude in the world, and how he would have to bring them down. And so when you were just speaking and just saying like FD looked like he's not used to that energy, he don't look like he's
He's
used to that.
not.
No,
He's not
what I
used
think
to
with
it,
FD is
right?
got
Go ahead.
listen, FD got game, bro. FD got game, man. FD got game. This
Cap.
was like,
Man, I don't got no damn
man,
I
game
don't
because
see it.
if
Yeah.
when
He
I
don't
hear
got
a
no
man say
skeeter.
I don't feel
listen,
when I hear a
you
grown
ever
man say I don't feel comfortable telling the truth,
that's what
I
he's telling
Uh-huh.
you. He said it out. Listen to what the man is really saying. He said, I
Yeah.
can't
Oh
say that.
yeah.
Listen, he told Zoe,
Mhm.
he told Z, he said, listen, I can't say certain things because it'll fuck up my money.
He did say
He
that.
said,
He did say that. He did say
so
that.
if
I
you
said
scared,
that
say you
it would be
scared.
not good from a business and a marketing perspective. He said that.
He
Yep.
did say that.
Then
He
You
he
know
did.
what? Now you know what. But now that you say that, that explains his animosity towards Angry Man because Angry Man don't give a shit, and look where he's at.
well, but this
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But
But he was good at Angry
this,
Man out of
And
nowhere, and I'm
NTR.
like, nigga, why
Yeah,
do you? What's your
that's
issue with?
why.
Like,
That's why.
right?
You
listen,
know who FD is. You're Will
Mhm.
Smith.
angry.
Oh. Oh.
He really is though. Stop.
Listen,
You're Will
Let me read
Smith.
this
That's
comment
who
real
you are.
quick. Let me
go
read this
ahead. So
comment
my
from
bad.
and all says there is no greater example of divester slash swirler in and the consequences thereof and thereafter than Mother Eve herself. She confessed to her own treachery. Yeah, I mean, like Eve, you mean the one that said Maximilian was the wildest dude. He was wild enough to tame her. Which, oh my God, if you want to talk about something that sounds anti-black as hell, woo, that comment right there. Eve said it. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So
So
yeah,
listen,
yeah, that part.
FD
Well,
was
hold
basically trying to
on. Mhm.
explain to you that he got game the whole time. Z, he kept saying like, "No, I wouldn't do that. That's not smart for business. Why would I say this
Mhm.
when I'm getting subscribers doing this? My channel
So he's perpetrating
growing
fraud.
formula." The whole time he was up
I
here
think
just
so.
bragging on you. You know what I
He's
mean?
I
perpetrating
think so.
fraud.
But
And
let me give some space to
go ahead, bro.
let
Go
me give
ahead, big
some
bro.
space to Toya real quick. No, you good. You good. Toya.
Yes. Were you
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about Ahmed Edwards a second ago?
Is that his name? Let me see. Let me look it up while I'm on
The
it.
Eagle
Uh,
Academy?
I think that's him.
Okay.
What's the last name
I
again?
just wasn't sure. Edwards? I
Edwards.
didn't chime in because I wasn't sure, but either way, I just want to make a comment and then I'll drop down so other people can join.
No, you're good. You're
Um,
good. Yeah.
Earlier, Dr. Tiasan posted something on Facebook about a young man whose girlfriend cut his hair off while he
Mm-hmm.
slept. And the reason I'm bringing this up with reference to this conversation is because in the short amount of time that I've been in the Black manosphere and I've had conversations with women I'm connected to, I've had so many of them over, I would say, the past 6 to 9 months come back to me and
Mm-hmm.
admit that some of the things that I've said to them have actually resonated or are starting to. And so when you ask the question of where are the aunties with the nieces, I think a lot of them are heralding the behavior of cutting off their boyfriend's hair, as well as talking to men like FD Signifier about it, because they know that there really is no recompense So with me, I've noticed that a lot of my female friends have been a little bit more reticent about what they'll share with me because of the fact that I'm taking the stance of, well, hey, have you looked in the mirror yet? So I think you were right, Z, when you were saying give it some time, and some of those same people that are in his audience will be crying because all it takes is time. Time certainly exposes things, and like you've always said, the internet exposes us all. With that, I'll drop down. Thank you for having me.
Uh,
So,
you're always welcome up, Toy. You're always welcome up.
look,
Thanks for
Z.
coming,
Can I,
Toya. But I
can I,
wanted to add
Last
on to
statement.
what she just
Mhm.
can I,
said, to what
Go ahead.
Toya just said about where the aunties,
Go ahead.
they're also competing for the same men that their nieces want.
Yeah.
Let me get my.
the,
Ooh,
the,
you said that out loud, and it's true.
I'm gonna get up
I,
out of here, Z. I gotta go to work.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And
All right.
I
the,
I
FD.
think it's
I
pretty.
done watched some of his content, and I done watched how he deliver it. Man, FD is playing mental mind games. That brother got
Hell
money,
yes.
and I don't
Yeah,
Yes.
we
act
know.
like that in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's what I'm
And
saying. He's
Yeah.
trying to control the
Definitely.
narrative. That's bullshit.
yeah,
Hmm.
FD's
the,
main issue with men like Kevin, men like Dr. T is they not the incel stereotype. See,
Oh yeah. Yep.
Not only
Yep.
is
Yep.
Dr. 6768, he's a doctor that was
Yep.
married to his wife and had a child, and the only reason he's single is because his wife passed away.
Yep.
Instead
Yep.
of going, and
Yep.
I'm sure he already said he had women throwing himself at him, but he
Yeah.
really loved his wife, and it stopped
Yeah.
him and made him objectively look back and like, hold up, why do all my peers have African women or Colombian women?
Bruh.
See what I'm saying? Dr. T was in a special situation, just like he won't attack Dr. T like that. He won't attack Anton like that because Anton is a fucking millionaire. So
Yeah.
they want to attack certain dudes because these dudes don't fit the incel stereotype. But he'll attack somebody
Look.
like
Mr. Z, can I
hey,
add something to that after?
Real quick, because I got to give G a compliment. G is one of the most ratchet, loud
Yes.
niggas I know. But this nigga smart.
uh, you know,
100.
he
This nigga,
no
thank you, sir.
don't got a degree.
Exactly.
Man never been
Yeah.
to college. Angry Man made his money just being honest and raw. And now
Yeah.
Angry Man is have to switch his platform up to keep his money going. So that's
Yeah.
why Angry Man's an easy target now because Angry Man don't want to go broke.
Yeah.
So he man is
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
the railing on black women shit. Now he's trying to get black women on his side to keep getting that money.
Hmm.
hmm But
Yeah.
Mr.
No.
Z,
No. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I've said
Go
it
ahead. Go ahead.
before. If they actually broke down what black is, the numbers would be worse. Okay. If they said
Mm,
African woman, Caribbean,
mm,
Panamanian, South American black, and black women really saw their marriage rates when it comes to guys that make over just let's just say $40,000 to $50,000, they reality would
mhm.
really kick in for American black
You
women.
mean non-ADOS? So if they separated
Yeah, non-ADOS.
non-ADOS from ADOS, then it would really show an abysmal
Yes,
marriage rate for ADOS women, is what you're saying.
yes.
Hell
Because
yes.
when you look at pro blacks, a lot of them are
Mm,
married to
yeah.
Caribbean, African.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is like the point that I tried to break down to you a long time ago. I was like, yo, if you really
Yeah.
break them down, it's not as good as black women think it is for them. It's actually worse. And same with white men. They marry African women and Caribbean women. My manager is married to a
Mhm.
black Dominican, full out
Mm,
white, act white.
yeah.
I'm a military brat. These
Yeah.
guys marry black Dominicans, Panamanians, Puerto Ricans. Okay, I'm just trying to say, man, if they really separated it, black women would have a really bad reality check.
Bro,
And there's black girls
I
out here
The,
lying
look
about
the,
the ethnicities.
that yeah no
the,
and like Indigo said, the dog G has endeared me to him so much, man. Like I'm telling you, G, the more ratchet G gets, the fucking funnier, but real it is. Oh
Yeah,
man, no,
G is a
but
trip.
I mean, like there's something to think about. Like like I agree with him that I don't think the FD that we get is a because bro, we talking about a Chicago nigga that now lives in Atlanta. This ain't no pushover that way. I don't think he's like. I don't see him as a pushover, and that's the same thing I said when he was flaming them brothers. How long ago was it after he said something? This was last year, right, or earlier this year, and the niggas did a whole panel on this dude, kind of like what I'm doing now. But he flamed them niggas and made them niggas like weirdos, and I'm like, y'all can't under FD is your nerdy cousin that was in the corner paying attention, coming up with weird with funny jokes, and you thought he was a lame, and he flamed your ass. So I
You
don't,
know,
yeah, I don't underestimate him, but at the same time, but go ahead.
to that point though, the whole thing with that video breakdown that he did, it was really disingenuous. It minimized, and honestly, what he did with that video is the reason why there's a space for men, for black men.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, I in particular, I'll just share a little piece of my story. Like, yeah, I've had my ex-wife. I've woken up to her with the 9-inch French chef knife standing over me. I've been divorced and taken through it. I have been through the fucking ringer, and even just talking and telling my story to a black woman versus a black man, like it is such a different reception. And
Yep.
the fact of the reality is, there's a lot of guys who, frankly, have been put through hell. And he can try to play the pressure Olympics all he wants, but at the end of the day, he demonstrated exactly why there's a space for men that other men have endeavored to create. And honestly, that is why I think that good, bad, and different, how you want to feel about it. That's why I ultimately think it is a good thing, because at the end of the day, nobody else gives a damn.
Yeah.
I got a
Because
question for Better You.
if a nigga like
Let me.
FD,
Uh-huh. No, finish. Better you gotta go ahead. Finish.
because I'm saying, like, if it was left up to a nigga like FD to address a lot of those things that people experience at their lowest lows, I'll be real, there are a lot of people wouldn't be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
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 Piss poor
And
advocate.
I think there's something to say because what Dr. Thunder kind of gave us, and like Dr. Thunder said, when his wife met him, he was living at his Gram's house, right? Told us about the story when he went to Burger King and homegirl threw the thing at the window and then threw something at him while he was driving, and then like Better You with your story, I'm like, what's up with women running up on big niggas? Better you not know little niggas, right? Like, and like, like Dr. Thunder's not no little dude. What is and like, but that lets you know, right? Like running up on dudes that can literally kill you with their bare hands. They don't need no weapon. But that speaks to something, right? That's insane, man. But once again, stuff like that get minimized, and then when you look at the data and the statistics, when you look at the statistics, right, it doesn't show that. It doesn't show. So even though on the numbers, a lot of this DV is bi-directional, particularly in the black community, and then when you look at the you know, deleted by spouse rate, obviously it's more men that delete the women. But what they don't speak about is what Better You is speaking about. And then someone like FD will cherry pick that and then say, well, you see, they gotta fear us more than we gotta fear them. And then he minimizes what we're saying over here.
Oh, let's
Because
truly
once again,
minimize it.
yeah, well, we already see that with black women in same-sex loving relationships in general, and then black women in same-sex loving relationships specifically, because nobody teaches them to keep their goddamn hands to themselves. Right? Go ahead.
I'm a minimize it to the 10th power. Better You don't answer this question. It's just an example. Better You, what did you do?
Right? Exactly. What did you do? Woke up.
No, don't
He
answer
woke
that,
up.
though.
He woke up a black man. He woke up a black man.
No, to that though,
The
I just
ultimate
want to say
sin.
this real quick.
Yeah.
Like that, honestly, that is the worst thing to say to somebody who's gone through something traumatic. Like I'm a certified life coach, in case y'all brothers don't know. But
Yeah.
like it, even that
Better you
question
say
in
that
and of
again for me.
itself.
My apologies. Say
I'm a
that for me.
certified life
You
coach.
said certified, as in you got a piece of paper that says I am a not like these little YouTube content creators.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yep. Thank
yeah.
you.
So like
Thank you.
that question is something that invalidates a person's experience and their feelings. And that's not to say that all feelings are right, but it's right to feel your feelings. It's right to express yourself in those emotions. And a lot of times when men in particular try to express those traumatic things to women, it becomes weaponized. And that is like step one. It begins this pernicious cycle a lot of times to where really, if they don't mean well, it's like, okay, I'm fishing for that little thread so I can stop pulling the ball of yarn and say, nigga, you fucked up. This is your fault. If you had left the toilet seat down 3 days ago, she would have been pissed off at them dirty dishes in the sink and went upside your head and pulled a knife on you. See, it's your fault, nigga.
So what I'm saying. No, but you know that's one of my jokes, right? Like, nigga, you left the toilet seat up one too many times. Like, that's the problem. Like, seriously. But I mean, like, but that proves what we saying over here. Look, nobody's trying to most of us here date black women. You know what we
I
do?
don't think nothing but black
We
women.
have sex with black women. We would rather be around black women that are not absolutely off their goddamn rocker. But most of us are around black women. And then this nigga turn around and pretty much like minimize what we're saying and say, oh, y'all think black women hate y'all. Nigga, are you listening?
You don't know what's been said to us by black women that's like, yo,
of course not, because he's been out of the dating scene since she was like 21.
Yo.
The thing with FD that he does that is masterful, I will say,
spin bullshit.
He creates the opponent he wants to debate. Because it was a genuine misunderstanding, but after watching that, it's like, nah.
Straw man logical fallacy. That's what you're talking about. Straw man logical fallacy.
Yeah, it's definitely straw man.
And here's the problem that I actually wanted to talk about.
Go.
The reason why, because a lot of people try to equivocate, people in this space and like the divestors and stuff like that. But here's the problem that they don't understand, right? You try to most of the people that are against the space, if you look at their behavior and arguments, they prove the arguments that the space is talking about.
Thank you.
The space is talking about how, these people argue in bad faith, they don't have any solutions. You say, how dare you say that? But then you turn around and prove everything they're saying is correct. So to somebody who's a neutral onlooker, it's like, well, maybe them niggas are onto something then. You know what I mean? So that, and then here's the thing, the reason why you guys like if you're interacting, with the space at all is this. Okay. Here's the problem, and I think you pinned a comment on it earlier, D. Here's the problem with guys like that, and I've also pointed this out earlier. It's called bread tube for a reason. Yeah. They're about their bread, okay?
Yeah, you did say that.
The problem is that
please repeat that for the motherfuckers in the back.
Right. It's called bread tube for a reason, meaning they're about their bread on YouTube. It's like literally self-evident. I mean, there's even a podcast called Bad Faith Podcast. I mean,
with Brianna Joy Gray.
I mean, how much more obvious does it have to be? But anyways,
shit.
The reason why they at least pretend to be against the space is this: they want to be the person who chose the money over like the integrity, but they still want to be treated as if they have integrity.
Oh no, you mean the other way. They want to be treated like they chose the integrity over the money, but they chose the money.
Exactly.
They're taking the funk.
Basically,
they're taking the funk.
Basically, they want to be somebody like an Al Sharpton or a Creflo Dollar, but they don't want to be treated like an Al Sharpton or a Creflo Dollar, because then it's like if you listen to them, because if you listen to them, if you follow their advice, you're a dumbass. You're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to lose, like what you said, they chose the money over the integrity and the truth, but they don't want to be put in that category of somebody who chose the money over the integrity and the truth. You know what I mean? Like, they want to be a grifter. They want to be grifters. They just don't want to be treated and labeled as a grifter. They love the behavior. They just hate the label. It's the label.
FD is a response to Kevin. Right. FD is a response to Kevin, and what he's doing is he's saying, look. Y'all can't do that shit that Kevin did. I don't need y'all going over there to Andrew Tate, because what I look at this is I'm gonna say the Democratic Party, but I'm largely talking about the left, the black left. They're in panic mode over black men, because like we're saying here, they don't necessarily need all black men. Black men, the right doesn't need to pull away all black men. The right doesn't even need most black men to stay home. They just need a critical mass. They just need enough, and that will break the left, right? So when you look at brothers like FD, what he's saying is, I don't need y'all to align with a Kevin Samuels type of worldview and mentality, or Andrew Tate, or Fresh and Fit, or Angry Man, or Obsidian, or even BGS, right? And he knows that we're spread out politically. Say that again?
Or fucking Sneeko.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Sneeko, like who the fuck? Well, Eddie, I don't even. I was like, what? I'm happy you brought that up. Actually, like what? Who?
Get my Snoop Dogg face.
Right? Exactly.
That man put Sneeko in the thumbnail. I lost it.
Bro. But anyway, real quick, David. Let me land. So the issue that I think they're having is we actually made waves, and the PhDs being in this space legitimize us, but not only legitimize us, they actually can put in words and in numbers what we're saying, right?
They substantiate what we say.
Yeah, it substantiates what we say, but
what we say.
And
they expand on it.
So what the issue that we're having here is that and it's almost like FD was sent, but I really think that exactly. I really think that the issue that we're gonna have with FD is that he's gonna occasionally come in to wave his finger at us, right? And insult exactly, minimize us, and point at us as an example of what not to be to the young dudes, and be like, look, I need you to be quote unquote resilient, right? As these women rip you to shred and put you through foodie calls and false allegation you, and not even just in a romantic sense, like Better You was saying, talk down to you as your professor or your teacher, and I will say when he
and then all you got to do is ask them this question, Mr. Z. I'm like, all right, cool. Since you want to say we'll be resilient, all right, cool. Are you resilient with your wife? Do you allow your wife to disrespect you, talk to you like you ain't shit? You know what I mean? Smack you upside your head? Do you allow that from your own wife? No? Oh, okay. So why are you telling us to do it? Practice what you preach, brother. Practice what you preach.
He's the type to give bullshit advice. He's the type to give bullshit advice, and then when he father be like, "Why did you even listen?"
I think, like the quote says, it's difficult to get someone to understand something, especially when their paycheck is dependent on them not understanding, right? Ooh. So FD is in the position right now. Look, as a brother who at one point he made more than his wife, then his wife made more than him, I'm pretty sure they both got student loan debt, et cetera, et cetera. They get to stay at home with their children now, bro. Yeah, he's doing his thing on YouTube, but they get to, both of them, off of what he's earning on YouTube. And so, I'm pretty sure what he doesn't want to reduce himself down to another black manosphere Negro. I get it. But what you end up actually doing is minimizing what we're saying here, thinking that you have the answers over there, and admitting, so what I'm going to do is what everybody else been doing forever.
Exactly.
Exactly.
A non-answer.
This nigga pandering.
Yeah, exactly.
Or put it another way.
Or should I say, hold on, I'll make this last point before you can jump in. Edward Anderson said it earlier. The thing that he pretends to not accept is that he is the quote unquote safe Negro. You know what I mean? The prototypical.
I think he accepts that. I think FD knows that that's what he is going to be perceived as by black women, and he's okay with that. But it's better than doing what we're doing and being quote unquote antagonizing.
No. I'm saying being seen as the safe Negro. Period. Like on the
yeah.
Being seen as the safe Negro. Period. So because of that, again, it's like you're ideologically trapped in that box, and like what people, and like what you keep saying, Mr. Z, he's one disagreement away from getting canceled. You know what I mean? So he has to try to do out of his way. Like literally, I can see it right now. He has a mild disagreement. He gets slammed to some air quote arrogant misogynist and all this other stuff and
He ain't the
transphobe
favorite
and all
no
this other
more.
stuff. Yeah, but again, that's what happens when you live in a radical echo chamber. Okay, like they're the very echo chamber that they accuse us of being, and that's what they don't have a hard time grappling with.
But the thing that killed me about what he was saying, like he made a comment about like, oh, I would never have my people watch divestiture content. Nigga, neither would we.
I'm the only, and Indigo had me dying in the comments when he was up. And Indigo was like, Z, now you got him believing that we all watch divester content. I was like,
Word, you got this.
It's just me. It's just me.
For real. I'm like,
Z, you said it wrong. You're supposed to say, it's just me.
It's just me. It's just me.
No, we don't. We would never tell anybody to watch divester content. We would never tell anyone to watch that bullshit. Nobody.
Let's keep it real.
I just want
go ahead, Leon, and then let me read this after that. Go ahead.
He wants to talk about the entertainment side.
I'm in the no doggy style section. It's not my fault. Y'all still feel some kind of way what I said.
Wait. Let Leon go, and then I'm gonna read this, and then
go on.
Continue. Go ahead.
FD wants to talk about the entertainment side of the Black Manosphere. He doesn't want to talk about people that like reading academic literature are talking about what's happening in the academy, what's actually taking place with how they utilize toxic masculinity or hypermasculinity or being misogynistic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't even look at our ideas and challenge them or put them to task. He doesn't even want to talk about the failures and where they start from. Because education is a system for your parents to go back and teach you and practice with you. And these boys read on the 1st to 4th grade level. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
White supremacy
Who's the primary caregiver?
White supremacy does not stop a mom from taking your fucking Xbox and giving you a book, making sure you're reading or reading with you. You got to do it. And they're not doing it. And if they're the primary caretaker, if they're the leader of the household, that's what it is. They're failing.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying on this side. All this, you need to get in your place. You're a 4, you're a 5, you're a 6. I don't watch that shit. I don't even watch Kevin Samuels like that. I literally found Mr. Z, keeping 100, GG, BGS, and I said, I love what these guys are talking about. It's beyond just simple shit. But he won't have y'all recognize it at all because y'all are actually bringing up arguments that I've always had questions about.
Thank you, sir.
But no, Mr. Z, how often do you actually hear me talk about Black women?
Like, not really. We don't. Exactly. I mean, like, not really. And that's look. Y'all see how I frame things. So I speak about the recession. I speak about inflation. Shout out to Better You. That shit still gets me to this day, right? Inflation, stagflation, greedflation. This nigga should just call inflation. Hysterical, right? But it's true. It's true. Right. So like we speak about these larger forces, and what I continue to focus on is that what we have are a contingent of Black women, whether swirler, divester, or not. You really want to boil down all of their misbehavior to this like small section. That readily blame Black men for all of their misgivings, right? All of their misfortune. And women can do that in a way that men can't do it because men aren't socialized to rely on women. So women have the ability to blame men for their misfortune in a way that men cannot blame women. We're just not socialized to do it. You are a bitch, right? So I watch him not address that. And there's a big difference between what we say here and what women in general, Black women specifically, say. Because we're not socialized to live off of women. Nobody here has any fantasy whatsoever that they're going to meet Beyonce and that she's going to whisk them away and have them live in lush and divorce Jay-Z and just have them living nice.
No one.
But those are real fantasies. Those are real fantasies that women have about men.
Actually, there are dudes who do have such fantasies, but they're very few.
You know, so like that's But let me read this real quick. Let me read this because this has been up for forever. And Wolf says, I believe he's trying to grapple with the idea he's not on the right side of history. Absolutely. The fact he keeps deferring to his sub count on money is proof. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, but no. I agree with this statement 100%. And I think what he's trying to convince himself is that in the long run he will be on the right side of history. In the long run, we will be proven wrong, and as evidenced by his sub count, like you said, like as evidenced by his sub count, there's something that he's saying that resonates with the majority of people, majority of black men, compared to what we're saying, right? And so he's using his sub count to pretty much say, like, he's trying to convince himself, I'm doing something here. I'm actually having an impact. Right, and at the very least, I'm keeping young black men from following behind those weirdos in the black manosphere. So just in case there's another Kevin to pop up, these young men will see him for the thinly veiled misogynist that he is.
So
and I think that's what they're trying. That's what he's attempting to do. Right.
Well, it's way too late for that. It's way too late for that because now you actually miss Kevin because the conversation that happened now they're like, no, we're not marrying any of you chicks. There's not what's going on. We're not talking about marriage. We're not talking about relationships. We're simply looking at behavior, calling it out, and saying, nope, won't be me.
And let's be
going on.
Let's be very clear why that matters. Because remember what he said. I don't think he's anti people not getting married. Here's the problem: without the marriage, the money don't come.
Yeah,
have fun trying to tax us more. This is the thing. That's why I was covering South Korea. And no, Charlotte, I did not forget. I am going to go back to it. Right, we're going to talk about the 4 no's. And it's very interesting. Like Charles was saying, he completely avoided the South Korea conversation. Right, he completely avoided that. Wait, say that again.
I said I'll be back, Mr. Z. How long are you going to stay on?
Let's say maybe another hour.
Okay, got it. All right.
Let's shoot for another hour, maybe. Okay. Yep. But so like that's.
I'll be right back.
Hey, go easy on the sets, man. Go easy on the sets.
All right, Kev. Hysterical.
Hey, when am I getting heavy here? We're not gonna start swinging a machete.
I'm reading this comment after make a comment, and then we'll have you.
Motherfucker, Borgen.
So I really think that's. Am I? Can you guys hear me?
But you're good now. You're good now.
Okay. All right. So I gotta stretch my arm out. But yeah, no, I really do think that FD hopes that eventually he's on the right side of history, and he doesn't have a problem with people not getting married. Like he said, marriage is a patriarchal construct anyway, right? So marriage is a sign of the patriarchy anyway. Here's the issue. The men, let me be very clear for the left, because this is something the right understands this way better than the left does. You don't get men attached to women. Men don't do for women. Period. Have fun trying to get men to do for women without having sex with women. I said it.
Yep.
So y'all remember the clip of the woman, the black woman that tried to shame black men? So just because I don't want to be in a relationship with you means you won't help me? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Rich, what are you doing? And I'm saying that in general. I'm not saying specifically, right? But like in general, yeah, if black women no longer want to be in a relationship and have sex and have children with black men, kick rocks, go end up in same-sex loving relationships, end up with your rose story, go end up with a non-black man, probably a white man, who will have you.
And that's
have fun.
Man, the level of DV among same-sex couples is ridiculous.
I already know.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
You had a show that talked about it. They explained that shit about that.
But let me read this. This what we'll do. Now I'll read this, then we'll do Lion, and then Namer, and then I'll read the next comment. And no place so this is, and thank you for this. He says G Saratoga is fully a fully aware brother. Yeah, definitely. But I mean like, no, G was up here earlier. Like I said, G is like G is our hood resident, our resident ratchet. But but G definitely knows what he's talking about. I think like not to minimize the brother, but no, he really, I think his perspective, especially as a person now he's on the other side of 30, definitely is aware in a way, and it comes off super hood, but G's like that uncle, right? That might have spent some time in prison, but when he says some shit, you be like, huh?
He be saying some shit. No, he be saying some
Right? Yeah,
shit.
he
It
be
just
really
doesn't
saying.
sound right to you because you like, what the hell is he saying? He just doesn't know how to articulate. He's
Hashtag
saying
long
it
live
the
the
way he's
habitual
saying
line
it.
steppers for real. Anyway, but go ahead, Lion, and then neighbor.
Yeah, but my thing about this, as far as when it's talking about this whole dating thing, I'm like, the women are a reason why this shit is like this too, because they've made it clear that we don't have to marry them to have access to them.
That part I wasn't even talking about. That part that's true too.
Like
That's true
they are
too.
also a big part of the reason why this is the way it is. You can blame men, but that doesn't make women blameless.
Hmm.
Like, because they've
No,
already
I'm for
shown
that.
that we don't have to marry in order to get access to you. And here's the
Yeah.
thing: men are absolutely positively fine with that. That's what's being shown right now. So that resiliency that he's talking about, oh yeah, men are being resilient, all right, because since we know we don't have to marry you to have sexual access to you, why do it?
Yeah.
Why should we?
But that.
So yeah, the men are being
Why buy the
resilient, just
cow
not the
when the
way you
milk is
think.
for free?
Yeah.
The men are being resilient, just not in the way you think.
And in the long run, it hurts women, which once again, like Trell is saying, goes right back to what I was saying with South Korea. In the long run, that lack of merit, because look, have fun trying to get more money, more taxes out of men because women fumbled the bag and they wanted to do their stick the middle finger at men thing. And on the other side of that is them over the age of 60 wondering how the hell they supposed to survive to 75 and 80 and plus. Have fun with that. With no kids and no man.
You're the most
What
educated,
y'all
right?
fail to
Figure it out.
realize?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
hold
baby.
up a second.
Go ahead.
Yeah, by the way, fuck everybody. That's just how I'm feeling about certain things. But it's no, not like that. But yeah, y'all know it.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, this whole thing about marriage being a patriarchal construct, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You have monogamous marriages in matrilineal or matriarchal societies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where I come from, there's a tribe that are matriarchal, and they believe in monogamy. So what the hell are you talking about? Now, secondly, the point of marriage is also is reproductive and sexual exclusivity in exchange for provision. But even then, what people fail to realize is, wait, first of all, how many motherfuckers up in here got kids?
I do.
Better you got kids, right?
Got two.
You got two. Let me ask you. Do you remember the
Yep.
day you held your children?
Yeah.
You remember the day they were born, the first time you held them? The first time you looked in their faces?
Yes, sir.
There's a evolutionary psychology explanation for why you do that. Because remember, you're looking at the kid, you're trying to see if there's any resemblance in you. Because even back in the prehistoric days, if there was pair bonding, even when the female gave birth even if the woman gave birth to a child, the father is still going to hold that child, and he's looking at this child, trying to see any resemblance of him in that child, because they're trying to make sure that she's maintaining that sexual exclusivity. Because people forget there were numerous reasons for murking infants.
Mm-hmm.
All right, or am I allowed to say it?
I would rather you not. Yeah. I would not rather you not. But we know what you're saying. We know what you're saying. Yeah.
But as far as the Korean thing is, let me explain something about South Korea.
You know what we'll say? We'll say 300 at the edge of the cliff with the baby that don't look like it. with the short bus baby. With the short bus baby.
They were worse. Dude, they were worse in the Arab world. And that was pre-Islam. But anyway, as far as the whole thing about the whole thing with the Korean thing, the four no's, that's like a few years ago in China there was that popular song, "No car, no house, no romance."
Yeah,
that's what it is. And secondly, people forget in Korea, you got low birth rates, but you also have the highest rates of self-deletion. There's a bridge over in the capital Seoul.
Does anyone know of real quick name? Does anyone know of an MC Nemesis?
No, not
I've
that.
never
Not
heard
that.
of him.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Anybody in the
Wow.
comments? No, because we have them in the
Wow.
back chat. Pinsip said yeeting the young.
Oh yeah, there was actually the cannibalism. There was a type that there was some people who were on that
Yep.
same species type diet.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me. Like some people are trying to, you're pressuring more out of the men and this type of thing. And as far as FD goes, we talking about resilience. I think he's trying to say you got to alpha your way under feminist specifications.
Yeah. Yep.
And once you mentioned what you talked about FD, he got issue with Dr. T. Imagine if he were to sit down and have a conversation with Dr. Ronald Neal. Forget Gigi. No.
I really want him to sit down with Gigi or Dr. T, but I definitely want to see him sit down with Gigi. I want to see Gigi and the funky academic have a conversation. Two philosophers, boy. I'm gonna be sitting down with my popcorn, sitting down Indian style. And I definitely would like to see a conversation with Gigi and Dr. T and FD Signifier, because I think there's a whole lot that he likes to minimize. And the way he's going at the academics in this space, first of all, I just think it's outright disrespectful, to be honest. Like before we even get into everything else, it's just straight up disrespectful how he's going at Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, period. Before we even get into anything else. Number two, the fact that you're minimizing it because you have a different experience. As a brother who was off the market at 21 years old, let's say 22. Let's give you a song. Let's say even before 25. You were off the market, bro. You have no idea what it is out here.
No.
Wait a minute. He married his college sweetheart? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. He's got a high school square. But here's my thing about that bullshit. I'm like, all right, you got a high school sweetheart. Anton does too. How does he get it and you don't?
Let me pause you real quick, Neighbor, because real quick, Leon. Let me pause you real quick because Bruce on Wayne been going in and out, and I know he's trying to speak. So let me see if I can get a connection if he's connected, and let's see if he can speak real quick. Go ahead, Bruce, if you can. Nope. Still can't hear you. You might have to drop it.
Check the settings on you. Check the mic settings.
Wait. Let me see.
Check the audio settings.
Yeah.
I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
You said FD's wife is his high school sweetheart?
No, I think college.
College.
Okay,
yeah, that's what I asked.
I was about to say. That's why I asked the question first. So I was about to say you're a nasty boy.
Right. But like I said, I don't want to. What I'm saying is I got to be very careful with this. It's not to fully minimize his experience, but it is to say what you have a particular perspective, and it's because you didn't have to go through that process as an adult, not as just a young adult, as a straight up adult. But even when we take it out of the romantic sphere, because of that, and because you're in this space with these lefties that find very interesting ways of saying something without saying it, or of like sanitizing some of the ugly in human beings, you don't fully appreciate how much the women are cutthroat, right? And how and that even the black female teacher that was highly suspicious of the boy, just like all the other teachers. So let's not hyper focus on her. I don't think you appreciate how then she speaks to the black boys, maybe, or when it's time to punish, or when it's time to speak about homework, or when it's time to, like all of these little things that add up to when you're an adult, right? Go ahead.
AV, you remember the Willie Lynch letter, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at FD like one of the dudes who was like watching, like how you talk about the classroom, like he was watching someone who got some looks like, I don't want no parts of that. Never in my life. Not 1 minute.
Bruh. And you see what Pinsip says? Some of those mofos would call Z right wing, or they would say I'm not a true leftist. I'm not a true leftist because I don't believe in. Look, I am for free agency. Like I said it. Like I am for people moving about how they want. I just don't think that you should be allowed to stick your middle finger up, and on the other side, when the consequences come to bear, then you start copping pleas.
I ain't gonna lie. You
Mind you,
gave me.
without saying sorry still, without apologizing still. Without, you just want to move. Could we change transition to the part where I still survive even after I told you F you? I'm not gonna jump on that buoy or that life raft. F that life raft. If I can't have a yacht, I don't want to be on the life raft. All right, then. By the way, that yacht has a hole in it. No, nope.
Try
Right?
being cramped up in a little dingy
But
with
but John
like
Jones, you was gonna say something real quick, and then Bruce on way, we're gonna try to have you in again. Go ahead, John Jones.
No, I ain't gonna lie. You gave me hope in the left, bro. Like seriously. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like you spoke a lot of sense to it. That's why I still listen. Like nah. I grew
Bro,
up
the
lefty. My mom's
it's
a feminist, bro. I grew up like I grew up like listening and learning all this feminist.
I had to
I'm a,
say that because you know why I have to say what I say, because y'all know he was going at me, by the way, when he said, the brothers that be like, oh, he spit, but what about the black women though? Bruh, yeah, yes, yes, absolutely. What, I'm supposed to be shamed?
Yeah,
nah.
and
Yes.
Nah.
that's the thing. But that's the thing. Like I heard when he was saying it too. I'm like, yes, he's saying he's spitting, as in he agrees with you in your assessment with black men. But
Yeah.
black men are not complete, are not 100% to blame, right?
Thank
And
you,
and for some reason saying that is misogyny.
bruh.
uh,
Jake said, Mr. Z, aka Coach SBE. But you know what my thing is? I have a system. Okay, the brother says, okay, Z, you know what? I rock with you because of the systemic analysis, and I see it there. But this fixation with like divestors and the black women and their misbehavior, et cetera, et cetera. No, brother. On the other side of what you're saying is me saying,
hashtag
look,
Mr. Z but
yeah, right. But well, on the other side of what you're saying, I'm saying, look, if you're supposed, by the way, I don't really know if we're ever going to get into this egalitarian utopia, to be honest. But okay, fine. If that's something the left is going to work on, you can't singularly focus on the men, take away from the men to give to the women, hyper focus on men and their misbehavior while letting black girls and women slide. And then on the other side of adulthood, have the women yelling and screaming because the men are not on their level, whatever that means. Um, um, Men are shiftless, whatever that means. Men are colorist. Men are texturist, featurist. They're misogynistic. They're dusty, and like, if you're gonna say, you know what, it's not my place, and this is a very like leftist,
Yo.
a male leftist per se. Let me real quick. I'm
Go
move
ahead.
out the way in 30 seconds. This is a very male
Casey
leftist thing.
305, you're clear for
You know,
landing. Casey 305, you're clear for
right?
landing.
Hysterical. That's really good though. You know, it is a leftist perspective to say, you know what, I'm a man. I don't think I should be critiquing women. Okay, fine. I'm perfectly okay with him saying that. What I'm saying is, brother, much of the reason why the black community is in dismay is because of a lack. You want to talk about dearth of dating options and dating choices? It's because of black women's perspective on black men. Period. And what brothers like you fail to realize is you are an exception. You're not quote unquote regular. You're not regular, bro. You met your lady at 21 years old. You're married. First of all, you're married. That's not a thing in the black community,
Uh-huh.
right?
That's
Keep
my
going,
So
keep
thing.
like,
going, keep going.
you know what I'm saying? So like,
But
your brother with
but that's my
master's degree,
thing.
et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead. Good.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm fine with him
Hmm.
talking about like the systemic problems, like that video he put in when he was like when they were talking about that study they were doing with the teachers. That was actually
Hmm.
pretty good. I enjoy that. I enjoy you talking about that subject. But don't come over here talking about red pill and dating, bro, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Bro, he
You don't.
really don't.
Hey,
He
I
really
okay.
really,
doesn't.
really, I really don't. This ain't what you want. Don't come over here talking about when it comes to dating, because you're not out here dating these women. And that when it comes to dating, the red pill is very, very, very much telling men like, listen, if you can't get a woman to date you or have sex with you, it's your fault. The problem people had with Kevin was Kevin was saying, he was saying, yeah, if men can't get a woman to date or have sex with them, it's his fault. What he said to women was, if you can't get a man to marry you or commit to you, it's your fault.
Yeah,
I don't think he
That's pretty much
understands.
what Kevin was
This is
saying.
it.
go.
This is it. If he listening, better you pulled out his degree earlier. You know what I'm saying? Where's my? How do I flip around my camera?
I just had to
There
turn
should
the
be a
phone around,
button.
bro.
Yeah. Just turn your phone around. You might just turn your phone around because there is a button that you can press, but it's okay.
Wait. Wedding degree. You know what I mean? Like,
look at that. Hey, I think I watched though. Hey, I need you. Hey, Leon, I need your address for research purposes, because that watch look fly. I need your.
What do you
I need your.
mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Look at that. Look at that.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
I'm not.
Hey yo, let me cut in and that's one.
Go ahead.
And the women on my avatar will start shooting y'all if y'all don't want to interrupt me. Put up my avatar for a minute, if you could, Mr. Z.
Let me see something. Give me 1 second.
That's Stokely Carmichael. Well, at the mayor of
Go ahead.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's my mom, folks. Y'all try something, she will bust a cat in your ass. Anyway, think about it this way, and I'm glad you mentioned Stokely Carmichael, because I was about to go there. Because here's the thing with FD, it's like there's a cognitive dissonance and a disconnect, because you cannot relate to other people, because you are not of the norm. You think you are, but you're not. Stokely Carmichael, I remember when he was interviewed by Mike Wallace for 60 Seconds back in the day. And Stokely, first of all, owned up to the fact that, first of all, he's Caribbean. He was from Trinidad, but came to the States as a kid. But he had an opportunity to get an education, go to higher learning and whatnot. He said, yeah, I got an opportunity. But at the end of the day, I'm no different than the brother on the block who's like denied that stuff. And just because there's a few of us who get that opportunity, you kind of try to say, why can't brothers try hard? Because you guys put a filter on it. There's gatekeepers, and there's people who just do not comprehend what we're going through. Now, there's some brothers who make it, and then they look back and they start wondering, how I made it, why'd you can't? But they are, but they're not. But there's a lack of empathy. There's that lack of understanding. It's just like your perspective is the only one. This is why when we all come together here, and I remember, big shout out to Field Master Ron Wills, because he says those non-select and select brothers need to come together because they need to understand each other's perspectives instead of being dismissive of one another. That's a show of camaraderie, understanding each other's viewpoints, and understanding we all come together. That's why this space is multifaceted. That's why we are all multifaceted.
Hey yo,
shout out to
this
Charles.
dude is pigeonholing. Huh?
Wait, say that again?
I said, Will FD signifies non-select, and he just struggles to not understand. Like, I mean, I put myself in the select, please, for real, honestly, for real. And like, I look at what he self-identified as like a basically.
He said he was a nerd. He said he was a nerd.
Yeah. And I know those social dynamics. I know it's tight.
You know what FD is? He's the nerd that got out the game as a young adult, not fully appreciating what that would have looked like on the other age of 25 and 26. So because he got out the game early, he's like, oh, it's straight. It's just y'all are weird and y'all hate women, or y'all think women hate y'all, and it's not really the case, or black women hate y'all, and that's not really the case, right? And we're more aligned. The only difference is I don't think black women hate me, and y'all do. And if you would just think more like me or move more like me, then you would be okay. And it's like, nigga, you have no idea how much of your life is luck. I'm not saying you didn't work hard. I'm not saying you weren't careful. Like, bro, I'm in a relationship. But shout out to Dr. Thunder. Like I said, bro, you gotta appreciate every day, because you're like, God damn, that was straight luck. It was straight luck. I was in this environment, and this went down the way this did, and that she's interested in these things, and we align here, and our parents are both still married, so she has an understanding of relationship dynamics and up and down, and decades. I didn't say years, decades of marriage and what that looked like. The boring and mundane and the routine. That's straight luck. That's luck.
He left the party before it got turned, and he also left before the party got shot up.
Right, exactly, right, exactly. So, and I admit how much I'm freaking lucky, bro, because Mrs. Z ain't no player, but I was dating a couple of women, bro. It was it was luck that my girl was one of the women I was dating at the time. It's straight luck.
See,
It's straight
actually,
luck.
correction. Excuse me, Z.
Yeah, go ahead.
You basic to correction. You're actually the Joe to Charles's big pun in the still not a player of music video.
Hysterical.
But
Probably
the
right
thing
though.
is,
That I probably would. Yeah. Actually, yeah, more fitting, way more fitting, way more fitting. But
way
you know,
more
like
fitting because I ain't saying Charles is
we're
bad,
playing them.
but
Let me learn. Let me learn. But so it. Yeah. So and that's why I'm able to speak the way I do because I don't think that's all skill, bro. Y'all have Doctor Thunder, excuse me, Doctor Thunder, who's married with a son,
hmm
who tell you how much of this is straight luck. Black Uru, married with two grown ass daughters. I remember us having this conversation maybe over a year ago. Well, yeah, it was over a year ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago at this point on Roger's channel, and him talking about like straight how much of him and his wife and them still going strong. Luck, yes,
I'll
skill.
give you
We're
another
not gonna say it's
example.
not skill. Real quick, neighbor. We're not just saying the skill is not there and the discipline and her every day more and more knowing you and you more and more knowing her every day. We're not saying that it exists. The luck, though. I'm
Yeah.
watching married men. Let me say it again. Married men speak
Mm.
about how much of that is luck. And then FD over here playing down what we're saying and playing in our faces, bro. Stop.
Let me give you another example. You
Hmm.
mentioned Semper Fidelis. Because
Yeah.
yeah, let me get it. Let me get it.
Hmm.
Because he's married. First of all, he's married to a non-black woman in Scandinavia. His wife is Finnish. He's in Finland right now. He's an hour ahead. He's an hour ahead of me. And I haven't heard from him in a while, but I hope he's okay. But was it like 2 years ago? Around the time, it was like last month, 2 years ago. Him and his wife celebrated their 30th anniversary.
Hmm.
And I mean, so I understand. So he explained like it was love in, and he met his wife when he was stationed in Finland, and he chose to stay and had his children there. Sorry. So he's got two grandkids. He's got a grandkid now. He's got a granddaughter by. He's got one granddaughter by now.
Yes.
But there are others here. Like what's his name? I mean, Dr. Tommy Curry. Dr. T. He was married until he lost his wife, passed on. There's a couple brothers who are widowers.
Yeah.
We got brothers in here who had a bad marriage, but they remarried, like Snowman.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
was married once. It didn't work out. He remarried a few years back, and he's happily married.
Yeah.
We talk about things, and we all fuck y'all. It ain't COVID, but
That nigga got that slow.
I'm a.
He got that
I
28
had to
days
get
later.
Yeah, he had that FD strain.
Nigga, you got
No, I
SARS.
don't have. Can't I have East African River Valley? I'm East African, bitch.
Nigga, that nigga had that swine flu.
That's an
I'll take
FD.
that fly sleeping sickness next time. Thank you, brother. I'll take my chance with that shit.
Get your bird
Hell,
flu
somebody
coughing
get
ass
me
the hell up out
Ebola.
of here, Naaman. Go ahead. I'm
Let me
joking.
get
I'm
the
joking.
Ebola. I'll get the Ebola, Everyone, fuck up everything. Because everyone here, you bullshit with your nonsense. You bullshit with your nonsense. It makes no sense to
Look,
use a West African accent since I'm from the other side. But
nigga.
hey, fuck all y'all.
I hope
And
y'all
Deli
all
should
got
come back from the dead
y'all
and tell y'all
mask
to
over
kiss
your
my
phone
ass.
as Naaman talks so that his saliva don't come through the phone and then he doesn't infect you with that 28 days later. Go ahead, Naaman. I'm joking with you. Go ahead.
It's surprising I have a natural immunity, but I did get tested. Apparently, I have some kind of. I'm developing like allergies, like allergic to some type of grass, and I realized
Who's
that about
allergic
like
to grass?
16.
I
No,
am.
I remember
I
I am
am.
actually.
Are
Yeah,
you?
some of us are allergic to grass.
You
I
mean like
found
grass or grass?
certain
Grass.
types of grass.
It's
There's certain types of
Not
plant, certain
not
types of
not the
grass I'm
There's
smoking
allergic to.
different
grass. Not the
grasses out
smoking
here.
grass.
No,
yeah.
not that kind.
I'm
No,
allergic
no,
to
I
that
can
kind
handle
too.
that.
Don't do nothing for me.
Yeah. No, like allergies, like you get the summertime. Like some people get allergies in the spring and summer. Apparently, I developed some kind of reaction to certain types of grass.
Yeah, what
So I've
it
had that
is,
since I was
bro.
16.
What it is they spray the grass, right? And so when people cut grass at its pollen season, those particles are what they spray on the grass can inflate your
Yeah.
eye. So you end up with a swollen eye. Do you end up with swollen eyes?
I don't get swollen eyes. What happens to me is I keep
Okay.
getting this nagging cough and sometimes I get irritation in my lungs.
Yeah, so you just
I gotta wear
you
a
have
mask. I gotta wear a
people
mask anyway. I get hassled for that anyway, up here.
you have people
But
import grass from different places that don't fit your natural immune system pretty much. And plus the chemicals that they spray to make it resistant to the sun and shit because my eyes swell up like I got punched in the face and shit.
I will tell you this.
Y'all are doing the black manosphere injustice, because y'all ain't talking about how these hoes ain't shit, these bitches ain't shit. Fuck these black women.
Yeah.
We don't rock with them. Y'all over here talking about grass and allergies. What type of black manosphere niggas are y'all?
Leon? Hold up. Leon?
Y'all don't sound sexist enough.
Yeah, wait up. Leon, honestly, I don't know, because I got blood work. I had to get some blood work earlier this month, last
Y'all
month.
niggas ain't colorist enough for me. I'm moving.
Yeah. I got tested for. Hold up. I got tested last month because I had to get tested for the PDA test they do for the blood test they do for prostate cancer shit. Came back clear, but they also had me tested for allergies because I told them what the fuck. I've been having this nagging cough for like about 4 or 5 years now, and 4 or 5 years. And they said like you have some kind of grass allergy. And I remember when I was 16, I was like, this is back in the I went to the Western Lowlands. They had us do some weeding and shit in a cotton plantation, and
this nigga just fell back in 1862. Go ahead.
Well, they do. Hey, it could have been worse if I was in neighboring Sudan because of the weed plant, because of cotton plantation there, they're fucked up. But anyway, my arms broke out in like hives and shit. So I was like, oh shit, I need to get the fuck up out of there. When they saw the hives on my arms when 16, they said, you better get up out of there.
No,
so,
I know Name is telling the truth, Telescope. I was just joking with him. I know he's telling the truth. I know allergies are a real thing and being allergic to I'll be surprised when I hear some of the things that people are allergic to. I don't hope to ever find out. I am 37. I do not want to know what I'm allergic to at this point because that means I'm gonna find out in the worst way. Okay, I'd rather not be like allergic to something and find out at 40 years old and be walking around here with a swollen face and whatever the hell because you ate the wrong peanut or you ate the wrong I don't know what the hell, and now you walking around here looking weird as hell at 43 years old type shit.
I wear a mask when I leave the house anyway. So, but what I wanted to mention was earlier, this whole thing about non-select. We're talking about non-select and shit. Like me, I was non-select for the most part. I've always been non-select, but then again.
Wait a minute, Indigo said, hey, real quick, how can we make grass allergies black women's fault? That's a good question. You know what? Black women give birth to grass allergies. They raise grass allergies, right? They miseducate grass allergies, right?
Go ahead. Let me break it down.
Go ahead.
They give you Similac, bro, instead of the titty.
That's real. That's
Hey,
that was the case with my son.
They should have never gave me a health science degree, man. They stupid. Man. Why would they give a nigga like me a degree? What the fuck was they thinking?
Oh no, bro. You know what it is? It was sexist, misogynist, colorist men and mammies and pick-me's that gave you a degree, and that's why you got it,
man.
Yeah, bro. The mammies and pick-me's, bro. Yeah. The mammies and pick-me's. But what were you gonna say, Better You?
No, that's a real thing though. Like with my first son, well, he's my only son, but my son versus my daughter, like my son gets sick all the time, and he was formula from the start. Like she refused to breastfeed him. The little girl, like had a titty in her mouth for like good 6 months. Like ain't been sick yet. Been around people that had COVID and had everything. Like it makes a difference.
That nigga said that breast milk is fucking elixir, nigga. That's That's potion from Final Fantasy type shit. Go ahead.
All right. See, my woman hit me up because she in New York on some shit with her family, and she asked me, "Did I give him this?" And I straight up lied. I said, "Yeah, I gave him that breast milk after you pumped it, after you left." I was fucking
This
lying.
nigga Leon drank that stuff himself.
I totally forgot to.
Oh boy.
And you know, hey, look at it. You know that's real breast. Look when I shake it. Yo, my woman. Hey, bruh, I totally fucking forgot. It was. I just gave him regular milk because I was in a rush. I gave him some chicken, some vegetable, whatever, and I gave him a whole bottle of milk. He's almost 2. She's still pumping. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas can keep it going. But
some people got fed up at the 2 year
Look, what Leon is not telling y'all is that he's really holding on to that milk for himself. He gonna drink that shit on the low. Wait a minute. I think better you over here trying to tell us something.
I know the truth, Leon. The way you shook that was 100% pure Cambodian, ain't it?
Leon, I remember you said you're Jamaican, so you probably got your kid.
Straight from Cambodia. Breast milk. You make my day.
Wait. No, when you said breast milk, I thought the way you said I heard Sega.
No. You remember?
The Chappelle
that was like, you remember Craig Mack's Flavor Year remix?
Yep.
Come out. What are you banging the two milk bottles with his fingers?
Oh man.
Come out and play.
Indigo said real quick, name. And Indigo said Leon drinks only the finest. Only the finest.
Don't let me show you the Hennessy bottles, man. Don't let me show you the Hennessy bottles.
Real quick. Let me finally read Black Wizard's comment that's been up here for eons. And Black Wizard says, if he has an issue speaking form of truth because of the fear it will mess up his money, can you trust any of his analysis to have genuine depth? Ooh, shit.
Yeah, bias genuine depth. Bias genuine depth.
He's shallow as they come, man. What are you talking about?
If there's a question, look. I'm gonna say, like, FD's kind of the Drake of the space right now.
Yeah,
he's kind of the Drake. He's the Drake.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Right.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Don't fuck up your money now, Mrs. Remember that 20 a month.
Right.
Hey, look, man.
Wait. Let me tell y'all this. Is it time for me to sell y'all out, or should I stay a little bit longer?
Damn, right? I was about to say it.
Go ahead.
I was literally about to say, anytime you're ready to sell out, bro, I'm with you. I was literally.
Leon said, "Take me with you."
I was literally about to say that shit.
Leon said, "Take me with you."
Hey, right when you're ready, man, just tell me, bro.
Hey, Leon said, "Just tell FDA what the check look like. We need more zeros. We need more zeros, bro. Before we." Hey, I'm gonna pop up. Listen. I was so wrong. Look, the Black Manosphere is full of misogynist, colorist, sexist men, right? They really want to tie up black women and have black women as sex slaves. They prey on women, right?
Hey, don't be shit about BDSM. There's some chicks that get tied up. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And they go said, if you sell out, I want to cut.
No. He said it wrong. He'd be like Richard Pryor in the eulogy speech at the beginning of something I said. I was like, hey, nigga, if you gonna be doing that shit, I want to cut.
Hey, have y'all checked out Mr. Z's community chat lately? Y'all seen that skyline on his community chat? How much that shit go for?
Wait a minute.
That nigga was able to afford that shit.
Wait, hold up. Yo, hold up. First of all, I can't be anywhere near his community channel because last time I checked, Haitians don't like Ethiopians and Eritreans. So what the fuck y'all want with
Damn.
us?
Oh man,
Yo,
I don't know. I
Mr.
don't know
Z,
what's going
I
on with the
got
rest of.
Mr. Z. I got to rub it in, man.
Go ahead.
Twin turbo, bored out engine, wide body, interior with navigation redone, automatic start.
Listen how he's moaning. Listen how
The
he's moaning when he
dip
said that,
and
man.
racing rims, the Brembo brakes, and the unlimited plan on Verizon.
He's about to bust a nut.
Look. Do you know what? Look, Leon just described like a freaking like $60,000-$70,000 project, y'all. He just that ain't cheap what he just described. He just described that boring out your engine. Boring out your engine is expensive as hell. Like pretty much going from 3.0 to 3.2 is like 20 racks. It's not cheap. Like boring out from 3.0 to 3.1, yeah, because you're actually like you're replacing the pistons and all of that, and like you're literally boring. Like it's a whole ordeal. But yeah, it ain't cheap. It ain't, but it increases your torque. It increases your torque. Yeah.
Leon, could you please keep elaborating? Mr. Z about to go like he's about to do the
Mr. Z
deal here, yo.
Go ahead.
I can go from my Gixxer 1000 with the turbo to the Kawasaki H2, bro.
Look, Leon telling me to sell y'all out, y'all. Leon is telling me to sell y'all out. He said, "Hey, let's get out of here. Go out the back door, Z. Take the money and run."
Oh man!
Wait, they say go in the back door or go out the back door?
No, he said take the money and run out the back door.
Oh, okay. Because we don't need no more back door references. Everybody's so mad at me about the doggy style anyway. So,
Jiggin killed me. Jiggin said, "It's them damn night skin ninjas."
They're all night skinned. I'm partially. I'm mostly dark. I'm mostly night skinned. I'm partially snow. I'm partially Arctic snow skinned.
He said he built like a cow. Anyway, go ahead.
No, it's more like a Dalmatian. But fuck y'all. More like a Rottweiler Dalmatian.
Oliver the Great, thank you for the super sticker. Look, at the end of the day, I think what FD did here was just pretty much come at our neck. Like he said he told us he was gonna do it. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Nah,
it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought he was gonna. I was expecting like I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting Ether or Story of Added On, and I didn't get that.
It was just ego. It was ego. My viewers, the divestors, y'all hurt feelings and all this.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, thank you. But I actually got an argument for FD if he's actually listening, but I think you'll like it, Mr. Z. Because I don't like making content, so I just like giving it away.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, Jake said his visual aids were trash. No, I can't even say anything about that. FD puts way more work in. I'm still trying to look. I am so $10. Real quick, name it real quick. Let me land with this. I am Compassionate been trying to get with me. Look, Compassionate will be doing me a solid, right? And I have been just so ripping and running. And when I do have a little bit of time, going to sleep or playing Forza, that I cannot talk to. I can't say anything to FD about editing and visuals and all of that because, look, y'all hear me doing my streams on the road, being in dead zones, dropping streams, so I can't say anything to FD about literally going over train tracks. So I can't say anything to him.
Talk amongst yourself.
The brother's doing he actually invests in his shit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I gotta get this Popeyes real quick.
Right? Exactly.
Mr. Z.
Go ahead.
Hey. Verizon Unlimited.
Look, I have AT&T Unlimited. I have look, bro. I'm the one who paid the cell phone bill for the whole fam, right, bruh? Like it really is like. Shout out to Trail and everybody else who say Everglade Wireless, bro. It just be certain places I go, it'd be straight up dead zone. and nothing you can really do about it. Like it'll just. I will be on the expressway, and I know where the dead zones are. So that's why sometimes I just repeat myself. I'm like, okay, I know I'm in a dead zone right now, and I'll just repeat it because I have
Speaking of
my
which,
on my way back from work. I have a good idea where the dead zones are. So yeah.
speaking of which, when are you gonna get the new Samsung, dude? Because this Obama phone shit is fucking your communication,
Look.
fucking up
I'm
your
still rocking the
fucking.
Note 9. I want to get the next. Yeah, I'm still rocking the Note 9, and I got it when it was brand spanking new. I got it like that November of 2018. So like I got it like November or October of like 2018. So I got it like when it was brand spanking new. I'm going to probably get the next Samsung Ultra S20, whatever the hell, 24 is up next or something like that. 23, 24, whatever the hell. No, 23 is the one that's out right now, right?
24.
Something like that.
You won't get that until 2025, folks.
Okay.
You gotta wait till
So 24.
2025 to get this shit.
Yeah, so the only thing I hate is the no headphone jack. Yes, Mr. Z looks like an old ass man walking around with the cord headphone. Oh, the horror, right? But
Did you say horror or horror?
Horror.
You're saying it wrong, man.
Horror.
It's horror. You said it sounds like you're saying. You sound like Scream,
nigga. I'm doing that on purpose now. Oh, right. but like I'm still walking around with the headphone jack because it actually connects better. Every time I've bought headphones that connect, they don't. I don't know. It just sounds weird.
And then when you go from nice to me because I'm supposed to hook him up with his man weed.
Yeah, when you go from streaming to listening to something or back and forth, the volume changes in a weird way. It's like sometimes it's still echoey and it's just weird. So I would much rather have the actual headphone jack. So I'm just gonna buy the dongles. Pause. That sounds so weird saying dongles.
No.
I'm gonna buy the dongles when I finally buy the phone.
Thing with PlayStations, dude. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You know those headsets, those big headphones you need for like your PS4 or PS3.
Yeah. Well. I'm still rocking a PS4, true indeed, but I don't talk when I play, and then my Xbox because Forza. So yeah. By the way, y'all get whoever got the new Forza, let me know so I could give you my info so that we can race and that part.
I'm more of a Call of Duty guy.
Nah, I'm definitely a race guy.
That's cool. Me, I'm more like PS4 Tekken. I play soccer, not FIFA. Fuck FIFA.
Y'all stop playing games where y'all kicking each other in the nuts and playing with balls and stuff and get on these goddamn games with some wheels and steering wheels. Haha. Want to talk about homophobia?
Mr. Z, do you mean this one? Do you mean this one right here?
I'm gonna show you right now. Wait. Yeah, that one in the middle. Yep. That's the one. But here's the catch with Forza. I gotta let y'all know this before you even buy it. Before you buy it, Leon, because Forza think they're slick so that you can be invested in the game time wise. What they do is that the game money. I'm talking about game money, not real money.
Are you showing your screen, Z?
Oh, I'm still sharing it. Oh, my bad. Let me change the layout. Give me 1 second.
You mean the microtransactions, Z?
No. So what they're doing now with Forza is that they you use the in-game credits to buy the car, but to buy parts for the car, you have to do races and level the car up. And as you level the car up, you unlock parts, but that's for every single car. So it doesn't matter if you buy 2 Miatas or 2 Chevy, whatever the hell's. Both of them, you have to level them up to unlock parts, and you max out at level 50, and then it doubles your car points, and then you can pretty much buy whatever and do whatever. Yeah, so it really is like it's their way of like making you not like spam races to make money and then buy whatever car and parts you want. They're making you unlock parts, so they're making you drive. Okay, like put it this way: let's say you have your fastest car in the game, and then you go on a certain track and you just spam that track, make the money, and then fix whatever other cars. Instead of you doing that, you got to drive whatever car you want to level, whatever car you want to buy parts for. You got to drive that car to level it up to get the parts for it, which is really slick, but it's so time consuming.
It sounds like what you do with certain fighting games, where you gotta upgrade the XP of each character, basically. So each car is like a character.
Yeah.
This is what they
Well,
do with
yeah.
those. Like those of us who play, because those of us who played Injustice or Injustice 2. Injustice 2, you gotta like upgrade up the level of each player of each character you have to level something. Because those of us who play it, there's an achievement on Xbox or a trophy on PlayStation, on PlayStation, where you got to get each of your characters to level 20. Same concept. So I hear what you're saying, and you get new parts and everything along with that.
Like,
so yeah, I get.
But someone was trying to say something earlier. Who was that? Was that you, Dre?
yeah, I've been trying to talk
Dre.
for a minute. It's all good though, but
Go ahead.
So
Dre, you sound distant.
Yeah, I got in earphones and I'm outside, so
go ahead.
I'll talk louder, but I wanted to make a suggestion before when I heard you talking about trying to play videos, etc. It's like you should maybe just bring a laptop in your car with you, man.
Yeah. So yeah, we have I have some ideas of how I'm gonna kind of change up and quote unquote level up next year. So y'all check for me definitely in the start or early next year because I really want to do that. I want to get with Compassionate. I want to kind of get my production value up. Yeah. So that is definitely on things to do, Dre. So yeah, definitely.
Z, let me ask you a question.
So you just bring a laptop in your car, a hotspot or whatever, and you're good to go. That way,
yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah,
ask.
and I can use my phone as a hotspot. Exactly.
But you guys still have that. You guys have that capability, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And the other thing
by the way,
just let me finish here real quick. The other thing that I also wanted to say is like earlier I was working, so I couldn't come up and comment on this. But when you guys were talking about like the people in his comment section on that video, like you guys were talking about how they were mostly like from the Skittles communities from like around the world, etc. But you guys
taste the rainbow.
There was a lot of them that were saying that they're American or whatever, and they're trans and they're gay and that kind of shit. Like, I'm just wondering why he has that kind of audience.
It's Mr. Z can explain it.
Look, there's something about black straight men who speak to this, right? So like this is what FD kind of accuses us of, which is wanting someone like him to speak to our plight, especially with the platform that he has. What a lot of people on the left gravitate to about FD is that he's FD. Is the look, is the sound, is the fact that he's a straight black man married with kids, and that he's pretty much quote unquote one of us that's kind of disciplining us, or you know what I'm saying? So like he's quote unquote one of us that's turning around and telling us, yeah, but the women are kind of right and you are kind of weird, right?
Well, the point
to sum it up is the Cosby effect.
Well, yeah. Let me add a little something onto it. So on the left, say if I go on a Zoom call or I'm in a space where my step-aunt works and people introduce themselves and I say my name and she'd be like, Leon? And I'm like, hello, I'm Leon. I'm a black male. I identify as he, him, and I identify as a man and a male. Like, do I have to do? Do I have to do this?
You may not have to do it, Leon, if you already have it in your tag. Yeah, if you have it in your tag, like they'll have in their tag. They'll be like he, him. What else? He, him, male, or something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have that shit saved to my Zoom call. Like he, him, cisgender male, blah. I'm not saving that shit.
Serious. Y'all think we joking? We're not. We're not joking. We're not joking.
You know what? We can always go like ABBA, because ABBA said, because ABBA would tell you, my pronouns are bacon and cheese. And he's Muslim, so he said that on purpose, bacon and cheese. But
like the point that I was
this is a sickness.
Wait, go ahead. But somebody's trying to speak right now. Wait, real quick, Nema. Somebody's trying to speak right now. They're sounding real low. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right.
The point that I was really trying to speak to was that he was just like, like basically you're saying I don't have a black male audience, but then when I look in his comment section,
Yep.
it's a bunch of like black dudes saying they're fucking trans and gay and all kind of
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
So
I mean, like that exists. I'm careful on how I'm speaking about this on purpose because first I don't want to minimize because I don't think he's lying that he has majority men, majority black men. Now, how those black men show up, that's a whole different conversation. But I don't think he's lying about it's majority men, majority black men. Like I said, the majority of men are blue pill, rightfully so. You need that shit to maintain a society. I'm not even trying to be funny or sarcastic with that.
Me
What
and
I
Mr.
am
Z
saying,
agree. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let it go.
Me and Mr. Z agrees how he gathers brothers together. Because me, I'm anti-conservative black manosphere, 100%. Because they have a distinct issue that they think like we can take this 10% of black men and make changes, and it's like you're pointing out when you're bringing brothers together, if they don't have certain views that fit yours, you exile them. And it's like, you got to be fucking stupid. You got to be fucking stupid. Whether their gender or whatever they identify, whatever else, they're black men first. And that's been my issue. Even when I talked about when they were talking about kids and I was at a conference and they kept on asking, well, what if these boys like transgenders, or what if these boys are bisexual or if they're gay? And it's like the boys she's talking about are 6 years old that the lady wants to get funding to help out with these boys in these inner cities, and you're talking about what they need different help if they're trans loving or they're gay or bisexual. And I'm just sitting there like, they're 6. You're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old boys. So that's what I like that FD does. He's bringing every group of male together. It's important.
No, it is. I think it is.
Well,
I think it is.
I was about to say, going with what you're saying again. The problem is that, and Mr. Z does this less so. You know what I mean? He really doesn't do it that much. The problem with like again, a lot of these people, in the space that are on the left is niggas do too much moralizing. It's too much about the moral argument instead of being practical. It's like, come on, like you have to admit that there needs to be more political diversity. We can't just be all left on every fucking issue. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like watching a team call the same 4 plays, and no matter how much the same 4 plays don't work, you're going to try to get people riled up to call the same 4 plays. Like, I agree with you. It's like, okay,
he's a secret conservative, Leon. Get him out of here. No, I'm playing with you. Go ahead.
Listen, I agree with for example, I can agree with you on this, okay? I can agree with you on, okay, stay away from like the whole like the far right, especially like the grifters and stuff like that. And I can understand the arguments about how neoliberalism is bullshit and how hustle culture for the most part is BS. I can understand that.
Boy, they fucked us with that shit.
But like again, it's like acting like we just need to just be left on everything. I'm like, that's how we get stuck in this vicious cycle to begin with, because there's no diversity of thought. I'm like, my God, you have to admit that you're not right on everything, and they have to admit that they're not right on everything. You know what I mean? And it's about finding.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, it's about it's about having a variety of solutions available. It's not about having a one-size-fits-all type of policy. It's about having a variety of stuff. Again, I'm with you on, okay, we need to stay away from this whole like hustle culture, respectability, politics stuff. But at the same time, it's like there's just as much far leftist fuckery going on. In fact, we see that in real time. Like,
well, what I meant was more. What I meant was more like stay away from the ideas of pushing conservatism, not in the way of like, let's culturally help this and do this versus demanding.
Let me give you something to think about, Leon.
That's all
Leon,
I meant. I'm not talking about the parties or.
Let me give both of y'all something to consider.
Yeah.
And I've said this. I don't know how many black men are truly conservative as much as traditional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I think both parties won a particular part of the war, and they're trying to make inroads in the other side. So what I mean is the left won the culture war, the right won the economic war, and now they're attempting to make inroads the other direction. So I think the right is doing a better job at making inroads into the culture war than the left is at making inroads into the economic war. The right got its head taken off. Excuse me. The left got its head taken off when Reagan got in office. It was done deal. It was donezo, to the point where that's the whole reason why Bill Clinton said the third way, which is like literally is just Republican light. That's all the Democratic Party really is when you start talking about economics. So so there's that part. What I get annoyed with the right is that the right acts like they didn't win the economic war, and that much of the problems that we're having economically in the country is not because they went between NAFTA, between the telecom act, between the repeal of Glass-Steagall, right? Every other day is some Panama Papers, and you hearing about who's hiding money here, who hiding money there, right? And all of this other stuff, all the scamming from all the way from like your local hood scammer all the way to the top with Elizabeth Holmes and Bernie Madoff and all the rest of them. The reason why that exists is because of the particular environment that we fostered. The reason why your young men and young people can't buy homes. Some of the reason, honestly, why we're not getting married has to do with money too. Oops, right? Right, and you're looking at the Dave Ramseys and whatnot, find excuses. So what I think is happening is that the left is watching the right slowly creep in and start making inroads into that culture war. Like I said this a couple of days ago. The right is now the edgelords, and they're making it look cool. That's not good for the left. That's gonna hurt them in the long run, right? Being the edgelord that's the winning strategy eventually, right? And that's where FD comes in and say, no, them niggas is weird. Do not follow them niggas. Them niggas is weird. That's where FD comes in, right? So like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, by the way, Mr. Z and Leon, I completely agree with you guys. Like,
you
know, like even though, like, I'm not getting at them because of who they wanna fuck. Basically, I really don't give a shit. But my whole thing was just that, you know, he's like, I have a black male audience, or sarcastically saying that he doesn't have one. And like when I look in the comment section, that's just the majority of the people that I see are from that community. I'm just wondering why that's the case, basically.
It's because you have a guy that does not.
You don't see a whole lot of black male engagement on FD channel. I don't see it.
Wait, say that again, Big Kev. I missed it.
I don't see a whole lot of black male engagement on FD's channel. So maybe they're like silent subscribers, but I don't see it.
You know what? I will say this. I'm gonna go through more of the comments, but I saw people saying, "Oh, I'm a black man. I'm a black man." I did see that, but I saw a whole lot of I'm a this LGBTQ. I'm a foreign from this. I'm from here. I live here, and I mean, you know.
That's the point that I was trying to make, because I'd be lying if I didn't say that I didn't see, like, just, you know, like the average black man that's not in that community, you know, speaking up on his channel. I'd be lying if I didn't see any of their comments. I did see a bunch of those, but the majority I seen were the others.
Yeah.
I will say this. I went into a few of those threads, and there were a couple guys that did have some base reports to FD. Like, there was one guy in particular, he basically was like, yo, it's not so much that people want you to attack women or bash women, but just talk about men's issues and don't minimize the shit. Talk about it in a nuanced way, and the role that women do play in the issues that affect men and boys. And I was like,
that was my comment. That was my comment. That was me.
Look, better you over here giving Leon compliments. Look, we don't do that over here.
I think that was my comment, or it was around, but I put it on. But you know, his inner circle know who everybody is, so they're not gonna put likes on my shit. But I told him the same thing I told BGS. Divestors haven't said anything new. It's what black men are used to. I said I want them to actually achieve their mission because white people's birth rates are 1.8, and if they can make one, that makes white people 0.8. I was like, so I want them to be successful. I want them all to be successful because they're gonna have black sons and black daughters. So what are they gonna do? But be black.
But I mean, like, okay, so I'm gonna be careful with this because I was asked not to mention this, so we're gonna speak about this in a macro way. People say they're going to raise their children to be resilient because they know there's bullshit out there, and they know the XX chromosome side of the game is gonna hit their children, their XY children, with all type of hypocritical bullshit. And so they're going to raise their sons to, be quote unquote be resilient. And obviously, like that goes without saying. You don't have a choice if you're a heterosexual man. So even saying that sounds weird, right? But the way I read it is, yeah, she's gonna say she don't really want this and she don't really care about this, but she actually does. And we're gonna raise you how to eat that hypocrisy and come out on the other side. Bro.
Oh, thank you, whoever called. I know I'm not the only one.
I'm really trying. But yeah, y'all go ahead because if I land with that, I'm gonna blow up my whole shit. Go ahead, Leon. Go ahead.
You don't know how important. Let me get this off real quick. You don't know how important it is to know how to fight until you need to know how to fight.
Yeah, facts. Who said when Tyson? Right? Everybody think they got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Serious shit.
See, you said it wrong. You said it wrong because you don't got a list for that. You don't got the list for that.
Hysterical. Okay? But go ahead, Leon. Leon and then neighbor, real quick, neighbor. Go ahead.
So there's an idea of how I'm raising my son. Okay.
Oh yeah, and then AB after neighbor. Go ahead.
There's an idea about how I'm raising my son. People that know me in real life, they know I'm an asshole. They know I've been an asshole my whole life. And they think it's that I'm an asshole, but instead of looking at particular parts of culture I don't like. That's why I didn't marry an FBA black woman. But she's black. Okay. I married one that fits a cultural dynamic that I like. And that's considered not being what's that word again, Mr. Z?
Leon, if she's Jamaican, I assume she was.
What word are you saying? And Dre asks what background is she from?
Wait, hold on. I lost. She just.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
We can hear you.
Hey, Leon, I think Leon headphones might have fell out or something.
No, my mama.
Is she Jamaican?
Leon, Dre is asking you what's the background of your lady?
There, Leon? I think Leon's got technical difficulties. Hang on.
Hey. They got not FD finally sent them boys at Leon crib. He was able to grab the Thule in time. Oh God.
Hey,
all right. Let's tag me in.
Don't let him get the breast milk.
Right?
Yeah. he on that? Oh, he on the breast. He did the breast milk. Need some milk.
Oh, that killed me. That is
stupid. You make my day.
Oh, that killed me. Go ahead, neighbor. Go ahead.
Anyway, first of all, whoever's coughing, thank you. I'm sure that's some good shit you blazing right there.
No, that was me. And I don't smoke, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sick as well too. It's going around.
Yeah, well, if you put on some dark glasses, a lot of people will probably mistake you for a midget Rick Ross and actually for Isaac Hayes. But that's another discussion for another time, Z.
Hysterical.
What? No hysterical? Fuck it. I'm like Trout Bentley here said, thank you for the $5 holla. We need to get back to the 4 Bs, the 4 no's. I mean, first of all, like, people have to understand everyone has desires, everyone has wants, but we're also talking about this sense of entitlement that a lot of these women are talking about, and it's generational.
I'm gonna do a whole separate video on it. I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna run that back. I might even do a panel discussion on that. Right. So yeah, we'll run it back. I might try to bring BGS on that. So there's a reason trail. Like we're gonna come back to that. We definitely could.
All right.
Lion, why do you have two? Why do you have two? Yeah, well, yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'll put you on this one. Okay, there we go. There we go.
What the blood clot?
My bag, Z. My
No,
bag.
you good.
I
You
was
good.
I was using the freaking what's his name
This nigga got two cell phones. This nigga think he Kevin Gates.
Yeah, he's wild.
This nigga got an Obama phone on the sneak.
Nah.
This nigga got a burner phone by any chance?
Not even.
Which one of these hood chicks you smashing that you done stole her Obama phone?
Not even. Not even. Not yet.
Not yet.
Mrs. Z, you showed
Go
me
ahead.
earlier when you see Leon's watch, and you were like, "Yeah, I need to find out where you live for research."
I know Leon got his toolie, so I'm gonna send somebody else that's dumb. But I need that address for research purposes.
Yeah, like Mrs. Z, I'm Jamaican as well, and like, yeah, we don't trust you Haitian niggas.
Yeah. Hey, look, if y'all don't know, there's like a low simmering like admiration, simultaneously contempt between Haitians and Jamaicans on which one of us is truly the Caribbean kings in this bitch. I really say it's the Jamaicans because of the culture that they're able to produce for such a small population. But
Yeah,
the
man.
Haitians, we really think it's us because we were the first ones to free ourselves.
Man, y'all get more than just free yourself, man.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what it's boiled down to, right? That's what it's boiled down to. No one talks about it as the tide turning and the way Europeans see slavery and like, oh shit, maybe this shit's no longer sustainable, right? So I boil it down to just freeing ourselves because that's how it's seen. And saying the first, like it's like not only just the first, it's like one in the few, right? So like
Let's not forget Napoleon tried to
Who was
recopy your
asking me a
asses,
question
but he failed.
before?
Hey,
Who was asking me a question before? Who was asking me a question before she called me?
I think it was Dre.
Calling me, so I
Yeah,
disconnected.
Dre was asking you the background of your lady.
I should hold one piece of it out on her dad's side, but she's Chinese, Caribbean, her dad's side, Jewish and black, like real Jew, not like Israelite, black Israelite.
Oh, I see what you're
Small
saying.
hat.
Pretty much.
But and she's from her people are from the Caribbean?
Her mother is. Her mother's from the Caribbean. But she's one of those Chinese, Indian, Jamaican, weird, don't consider themselves black. If you call them black, they'll probably cut you.
Nah, that ain't me. I'm Jamaican Chinese, man. I consider myself black.
Hey, can I get in?
Yeah, go ahead, AB. Go ahead. You were next up anyway.
Yeah, I could
whoever that is in the background, give me a second. Go ahead.
I could be wrong, but I think FD is coming around because a certain election's coming up next year, and
Say that
black male vote.
Say that. Look, we got to factor in that too. Yeah, go into that. Go into that, AB.
Because it's not looking good for Biden right now, and and look, it's not just black folk. I just saw a video from the Bronx.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Keep going.
I saw a video from the Bronx. I saw a Lieutenant chick say the same thing we do. We made more money under Trump. Oops. Saying stuff like that. I'm like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, Leon beat me to the punch, but like Leon said, and like my head was like, I know why people keep on saying that. So the way if I need Sauchi or somebody else to come in and like explain this to me, but the way I understand Trump's tax plan is that it bites up eventually, right? So you don't feel it now, but it eventually bites your ass as a working class person. So right now you're like, oh, I made more money. Give it another year or two because it's like it's I don't want to say progressive tax, but like it eventually bites down into where you are as a tax.
It's like this, guys. It's like this. Okay, let's be clear. Obama refused to re-sign certain visas, right? Donald Trump says, I have more black people working than Obama or Bush or anyone in the last few years, but we understand why some of our black community got those jobs because they put pressure on corporations. And you just see the result of it during his presidency. So when you cut, I'm gonna keep it real. When you cut fucking taxes, understand where the fuck you live. Then look at the situation of the environment you live in. Because one, they extract taxes from you to send them to the suburbs, for example. So people that live in suburbs don't pay tax.
Good point.
What don't y'all? This kind of shit. Like me getting an extra $75 on my check is cool. That's great. $75, $100 extra, cool. But the reality is, start looking at your parks. Start looking at your roads. Start looking at predominantly where most black people live, that they extract all the tax
Major
from
cities.
anyway. Major cities. All that shit, all for you to keep a little. On average, the average person kept $45 more.
Look,
on the check.
let me pause you, Leon. Wait. Let me pause everyone. I don't want to make this a political conversation yet.
Same.
You know what? I want to have a whole other panel about that. Look, I am with the shits. I am so down for Obsidian and Angry Man to jump on the panel when I do that. And Hood Conservative and yeah, right. But I rock with Hood. I disagree with him on like everything, but I rock with him.
No, I rock with him. I just can't take it.
Right, Dr. Thunder and whoever Citrus the Roger Report. But I want to have a whole different political conversation. But yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm just saying it's. When you look at where you, I'm just saying when most of y'all look at
Land Leon, and then we're gonna do and then we'll go to AB.
If most of y'all, if you're black and you look at where you stay, understand that the majority of tax gets extracted from you and sent to people that aren't even paying tax. Okay,
say that. No, that's a fact. If you expect like half of the American population does not work between elderly, children, stay at home, whoever. Prison, all the disabled, everyone, like half of us don't work. And so this is a reason why black men should really be patting themselves on the back. Have half of the 330-ish, 40 million such people don't work. They're either children, et cetera, like I said. Then when you look at black men who are somewhat like 6%, 6.1, 6.2% of the population. So like Charles says, if you one of the brothers that's in the top third, do you understand how rare you are at 50,000 and above a year? Like, yeah, it may not be all that great of money, but do you understand how rare you are as, first of all, let's say full-time worker, whether it's white collar, blue collar, benefits, and remember, you making 50 plus benefits, right? All of that other stuff.
Let me keep.
Sauchi is here. Goddamn. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Speak of the devil.
One real fact before we move on.
Who want to drop after this so that we could let Sauchi up so that we could get our number game up?
Yeah.
I'll drop.
So when you look at the amount of hospitals closing, and certain things ain't being done, well, that $60 really helps your life, doesn't it? Yeah. Just saying.
Yep. Yeah, no, there's something to say. I think it depends on where you look, bro. I'll give you a perfect example because I'm with Leon on this, but that's because of where we are. Like we both told each other where we are financially. When I was, put it this way, $60 mean a whole lot, right? When you're around like $30,000 and $35,000 a year, $60 is a whole lot, right? Like that shit. That literally is a tank of gas in lunch, right? Like that could hold you for 2-3 days. Like that's $60, but you at that point you're penny pinching, right? Which is understandable. By the way, I'm not trying to minimize that. But then like what you're saying, but at a certain level. You could accidentally spend $60 in a day because you went out, you bought food out 3 times that day, and like you actually do the math and be like, oh shit, I spent freaking $60 on food today.
This was the other thing about that. Go ahead.
No, let's do this. Better you because she rarely speaks about, and then AB, where you at? Because I know AB was trying to say something earlier, so go ahead, better you, and then AB.
I was just gonna say this. This was the other thing about the Trump tax cut that kind of fuck some people. Like I work in payroll processing. I went from ADP to another company. ADP is the largest processor in the country.
Kronos?
Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
If you didn't, damn it, because after I asked you the question, I was like, I should have found a way to give him some space to say yes without saying yes. But go ahead.
But yeah, it's it's one of those things in which when it got passed, the way that HCM companies implemented it, because we implemented in accordance with the law, but what ended up happening was a lot of people ended up getting fucked at the end of the year because we got a ton of calls because the tax was under collected.
It happened to me last year. Yep.
I'm not quite sure the logistics of it. That's where like a CPA or somebody like Sauchi could come in and fill that piece of it in. But that part of it did fuck a lot of people because it's like, oh yeah, I got this extra hundo on this check, and it's like end of the year, I'm saying like, yeah, give me about $700 back.
But they didn't move the tax bracket, but damn $300.
By the way, I love this part of the conversation.
Yeah.
wait a minute. We gotta say this. We gotta say this just for old time's sake. Godnocracy. Go ahead, Leon.
They didn't move the tax bracket. If you look like 20 to 21 or 19 to 21, it was like a $500 tax difference from 10% to 20% to whatever percent. So it was like, okay, it's nothing.
Look. In the grand scheme of things, I agree. Go ahead, AB, and then Sauchi.
Yeah. Main point I'm trying to make is Democrats are some deep shit, and it ain't just got to do with taxes either. And
I agree.
I think they purposely sent FD over that day because Mr. Z was talking about something that had nothing to do with black women and that's it. And he
shout out to Trell Bentley. Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, they must be they like I think it's crunch time, and they need us to fall in line. Good luck with that. But,
let's not forget what exactly I was saying, AB. I was saying if y'all sticking your middle finger at us, the most you get is the tax dollars. Shout out to Trump because Trump kept on referencing what Ron said. He was like, I paid already. Which is funny. Right? And exactly. I paid already, right? It is exactly right. So like, though I ain't gonna go full tinfoil, but I will say what AB is saying makes some sense, right? So I wouldn't be surprised, if that was, and he actually said it. He was like, but see, I don't know if he think I was referencing a book or whatnot. But he was like, I heard you speaking. I was like, what book is he referencing? Well, y'all do more reading than I do nowadays. Remember him saying that. So, no, it wasn't a book. It was that I was referring back to something that BGS covered about South Korea, and I was painting a picture about how men move when they're indifferent, and how they move when they're indifferent is, so you ain't gonna get married and have kids? Fine. What you get from me are these tax dollars. Have fun on the other side of retirement.
Hey, can I comment on what the brother was saying about the tax brackets really quick?
Go ahead, and I got to get Sauchi in. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The issue I see with a lot of brothers, right, is that brothers are scared to leave where they live at. They're like, with the tax bracket thing, I've watched Hispanic people and other cultures move to these small towns and take over the whole manufacturing bases. Yep. These towns are constantly trying to recruit and hire people to come work in them for $25 an hour, $24. Like, this is good money to a person with no degree and just a high school diploma or GED, like most people have. You could go out here to these small towns and make $24 an hour. But guess what? Ain't no big booty Brenda out there. The club's not out there either.
24 an hour, that's like what, 48 grand a year? That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Check this out. Check this out.
That's good money. Like I make 30 an hour, right? What I'm saying.
Let's let G land. I gotta get Sauchi in here. So let's let G land and then Sauchi and then Leon. Go ahead.
This is the truth. This is the real truth about a lot of our culture, man. Now we're gonna get deep. A lot of niggas don't want to work like that. And I understand we fought for labor laws and stuff But if you want the money, you're going to sacrifice the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to
Did you
get the
just say
money
Mr.
without
Z's name
sacrificing the time.
inadvertently? I think you just said Mr. Z's name inadvertently just now.
No,
Go
because
ahead.
listen, see, me and you both talk about this. I work 70 hours a week too.
Yeah.
I
Oh, so
work
you already.
12
Oh, yeah.
hours,
You
6
already
days a
know.
week.
You know the life. Yep.
You know
You
what I'm
know
saying?
the
So
life.
if you want the money, and I still don't make 6 figures.
Yep.
I
Me
work
neither.
70 hours a week and I make $30 an hour. I don't make 6 figures, bro. You
Oh,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
I'm a little. Put it this way. I'm a little above you, but a little bit below Leon. I'm right.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
it
in the
is.
mix, though. I'm in the mix.
Yeah, so when we talking about these numbers,
Mm-hmm.
we got to realize, man, that we're going to sacrifice something. Either
Yeah.
you want to live an urban life and go mess with Big Booty Brenda and them, or you want to travel and be a technician and climb telephone poles and dig irrigation ditches and drive excavators on road work. You got to sacrifice something, man.
100.
Yeah. I agree with
And
this.
I don't live in a major city at all. I don't live in Dallas or Houston for a reason.
Yeah, them prices are retarded.
Yeah, a major city is anything over 250,000 people. If you living in an urban area of 400,000, 500,000 people, that's a major city.
Yeah.
That's not no small city, man. That's a small city compared to LA and Miami and well, not even Miami. Miami's not that big. That's
No, yeah,
that's small.
we shit, nigga.
Man,
The city of
I've been
Miami
to
breaks
Miami. That
what
shit the country.
1.4
Them
million.
little pinky green
No.
houses.
Listen. The city of Miami breaks over 1 million people. Miami-Dade County, I think, is like 2+ million. I'm gonna Google that shit right now.
But
I
that's
think
like
it's like 2 million people or something like that for the county.
But
Yeah, it's
technically,
a whole
Omaha,
different thing.
listen, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Technically, we have over 1 million people in Omaha. We're still a small city. People consider us the country. People consider us the country in Omaha, and our metropolitan area is 1 million people.
Yeah. Let me
They act like
Um,
we're the country or
Miami-Dade County. Here you go. Miami-Dade County is 2.6 million.
That's crazy.
And that's and the actual city of Miami. See, it's still giving me 2.6 million. I'm talking about the city, not the whole county. Oh, the city. Oh, no, the city. Well, that's 2021. It said 439,000. I'm almost certain it's more than that. So almost 500,000. So we still what you said. That's still major.
Let me add on to what he's saying. Let me add on to what he's saying before Southie talk. Man, I've talked to Mexicans. I said at the BGS, I'm having a thrill watching all these small towns that are fucking dying, full of KKK members and Nazis that are scared shitless. And I tell every fucking Mexican I meet, yo, move in their town, bro. Move in their town, bro.
But
so
you
to
don't gotta
speak to what Leon, real quick, G, real quick. What Leon is speaking to. So if I'm not mistaken, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, about 15 states have really below replacement right now. Is it more states now? Because last time I checked, it was 15.
That was the part I was getting to. That's the part I was getting to. Their daughters keep on going to liberal colleges, and they're not trying to come back to them small towns, baby. They're not trying to come back. So when you roll through those towns, you see a whole bunch of old white redneck crackers scared. They scared to even pull out their guns now because they're like they worried about the government 24/7. You roll through these towns, and there's not even enough cops to pull you over anymore.
Let me read Brian's comment finally. Let me read this real quick. And Brian says FD was going off a lot of anecdotal and subjective experience for him to be an academic. That's true. He was definitely going off of a lot of anecdotal experience. Gotta give you that. That's true. When he did reference sources, it was always skewed in the woman's favor. Of course. Great work, Z. Thank you. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, what he said is like, okay, they're throwing punches, we're throwing punches, but we're the dangerous ones. And if I got to choose a side of history, I choose their side, which I understand. I get it. And he already admitted that he puts his thumb on the scales for them, so I get it. But let me.
That earlier.
Let Saucy
saying that, like,
yeah, because I got to let Saucy get in, and then Dre, you right after Saucy. Go ahead, Saucy.
Good evening to everybody.
What's going on? Saucy, sound like you got a cold like me. Go ahead.
No, man.
Saucy to go, man. You need this breast milk, bro.
Saucy said, "Don't put that on me." Go ahead.
Put that on me, man.
Saucy need the breast milk.
Right.
Hey, I'm not opposed to that.
Right.
Saucy can't
Okay,
breast man.
Am I the only one here who's not a breast man? I am not a breast man like that. I am not. I've never been. I am not. But go ahead.
The average size.
You're a titty man? Oh, wait, you a booty man?
Average size. Thank you. No, I'm definitely a booty man. Look, what black man isn't a booty man?
Black baby.
Right?
You're
Man, I'm tired of them big booties. Them big booties be having toilet paper in them.
Go ahead, Saucy. Go ahead. Wait, neighbor. Wait. Let's let Saucy go.
Are you saying that
Saucy
you
go.
was going down and had toilet paper on your tongue?
Wait, y'all. Wait. Let's Saucy go, because if we start joking, we're gonna be here forever. Go ahead, Saucy. Go ahead.
So you was talking about the taxes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right? Well, the first thing is your employer. Yes, they're supposed to withhold this legally. They're supposed to withhold taxes, but here's the fact is, it doesn't have to be correct. It's your responsibility as an employee to make sure that it's correct, or else you owe, or you overpaid, and then you get basically you're giving the government a free loan. So most people don't know that. So technically, you're supposed to update your withholdings at least annually, or right after a pay increase. Like, you're supposed to do that so you don't have issues. Very few people do that, and second of all, even fewer people even know how to even do that properly. The next thing is forget about before I even get into taxes. What people still forget is inflation. Inflation is a silent tax.
Yes.
So
slowly eating away at your money.
Exactly. So you are getting taxed, right? You're only paying half the tax. Remember this, because you're an employee. You pay half. The employer pays the other half. So people seem to forget that. They always want to vilify the corporations. Corporations, they would prefer to move smaller, to have a smaller, payroll, and pay you more, but to have a smaller pay amount of people working for them. But the problem is, the more they pay you, the more taxes they also have to pay the government. People forget that part. You're also paying more as well. So you got that going on. Then you have inflation going on. So what's really happening that very few people seem to get, because they get caught up in all this politics and everything else, is everybody's at a minimum, everybody's racing not to be below inflation rate. The truth is, the majority of the people are in the fucking red. Period. Period. End of story. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're probably in the red annually, regardless of how much money you're making, because your rate, not how much you make, but your rate needs to be more than double the inflation. Why? Because you're fucking taxed. Because you're an employee. You're in the worst. Well, employees and potentially self-employed people, they're in the worst tax position.
Sauchi, let's slow that down real quick. Let's slow that down. So if inflation is hitting at, let's say, 4% a year, you have to be at 8% a year, with whatever lifestyle increase between your job and then the extra income if you get extra money at the end of the year, et cetera, et cetera. Is that what you're saying?
The reason why I say double, yes, I say double for lazy math. I mean, you would have to actually sit down and do the math. But the reason why I said it, because remember, let's say you get a pay raise. You're making more money. You're gonna pay more taxes. Depending on if it kicks you into the next, because it's progressive. If it kicks you into the next bracket, only that difference will be taxed into that next percentage. Only that small difference, depending on how much it is. But remember, then also you have the inflation. So you literally need to add the inflation and your tax at the same time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people, they really don't. Hopefully this clears things up. Since 1969, literally, the average college graduate at that time, adjusted for inflation, at that time, their pay was just over 80 grand in today's dollars. Do you know what that is today?
No.
Like 62. 250.
No. Like 62. Think about that again. We're talking college grads.
Yeah.
Not regular folk. So
well,
people
we
don't
gotta remember,
people don't
back in the day, people went to college for real shit, not art music.
Look, we ain't gonna minimize the liberal arts, okay? We ain't gonna minimize the liberal arts.
I mean, he's correct.
He's right though. He's right. He's right.
He's correct. But I'm not trying to get too much into the granular. I mean, just on again, this is just on average. My point is, the average person, you need to be more. You need to do more. You need to be more efficient, just to be at zero. Because you work for money. You are not rich. You are not wealthy. And I'm talking like 97% of us.
Yeah.
That's the real number. People really don't understand what rich is. What rich is, you can live off inflation. I ain't talking about being a fucking minimalist, being cheap. No, you can comfortably live off dividends, royalty, all that other shit. Interest, everything else. That's a very small percentage of the population, globally and here in the country. Very few people are in that place. That's what people do not understand. Your ass has to work.
Yeah,
period.
But Sauchi, I don't think we're arguing that. It's more so that with
after
the
this, Dre get in, and I can't remember who was trying to speak after that. But go ahead.
With the internet and all this social media shit and TV, people have very grandiose ideas, even though they only
insane
make
ideas. Nigga, not even absolutely insane.
I'm not even about to get into delusional talk of 250,000 and all that shit because nobody makes that, bro. People are here struggling and fighting to make $20 an hour.
Literally.
I'm talking about the average citizen with these what they do is you only make $22 an hour or $18 an hour, and that's a good job. Like I'm not about to minimize a dude that's able to make 22, 23. He has a good job, man.
But remember,
that's stable and he gets 40 hours plus a week. That's a good job, man. Whether it's at a factory, whether it's cutting grass, whether it's cooking in a bakery or working at McDonald's. If you're able to make that much money, you can take care of yourself. If you don't want to fucking drive an SRT, this is the shit that's going on. People really waste their money, bro.
But here's the thing. Go ahead, Sauchi. I'll go after and then Drake. Yeah.
You have to understand where you live determines what that money, how far that money goes. So $22 an hour, in Omaha.
Yeah,
but the majority of the population in this country, they live on the coast.
Yep, that's a fact.
Period. So,
but that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. In the bottom part, that your kids go to public school.
Real quick, G. Let Sauchi land, and then you respond.
Go ahead, Sauchi. Go ahead.
So factually speaking, technically $20 to $25 an hour is really minimum wage if you adjust it for inflation. Again, people don't know how to read the numbers. Yeah. So I'm just cold-blooded with the numbers.
By the way, Sauchi, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me say this, and Sauchi and Leon could back me up on this. The government is playing a very dangerous game with what they consider poverty. Yeah. They put the poverty rate at what, $24,000 for a family of four? That's absolutely insane. You can't, nigga, you can't even breathe on that shit. That's like, this is look. They're playing very. So I get where Sauchi is going with that 42. There's something to be said about that. The frightening part is that G is right to a certain extent where I think BGS covered this years ago, and what's the Jamal what's the left leaning brother name Leon? He has his own Jamal. No. He has a channel on YouTube. It's not Jamal Thomas. Jamal, I can't remember the brother last name, but he said something along the lines of like a third of American workers make like 20 grand a year. Now, mind you, this was back in like 2019, but still a third.
Yeah.
Now, let's say he's wrong, and let's say a quarter. That's still a lot of workers. That's still a lot of workers.
Well, right? What I'm saying, though, G, is look, the average salary in New York is only like $60,000. It doesn't matter the city.
And that's because the millionaires are pulling that up. The median is closer to 40.
So think about what I'm saying. Most people are living above their means. Most people have shit because they're trying to keep up with other people. There's a reason that there's a used car market. There's a reason why there's subsidized housing in these public housing programs because most people don't make hella money. So you're complaining about the money. I tell people this all the time. I don't make a lot of money. I'm not rich or nothing, but I always have excess money because you know why? I don't fucking go to Texas Roadhouse every day. I drive I drive a Toyota Corolla. I don't go get a fucking $1,000 SRT Durango with $500 insurance every month.
Excuse me, sir.
It sound like he got an
Look. Wait a minute. Look, my girl has dreams and aspirations.
Come on, man. Niggas want to pay $200 for a pair of shoes and your check is $800.
Look. Ms. Z already let Mr. Z know that she's okay with getting a used Durango 392. Nigga, I ain't paying that shit a month, but I'm okay with putting $5,000 down on her getting I said used 392 in 4 years.
Hey, let's Sauchi get in. Let's Sauchi get in and say everything. We need Sauchi. Then I'll get in afterwards.
Well, also the other, in my opinion, because the other very serious thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand is their retirement. A lot of people don't understand this retirement shit. They really don't. The shit, and I've listened to the guy who actually introduced the 401k to the IRS, and it was accepted. And it was never designed for you to retire off of. Literally, it was supplementary. That's one. So the 401k was supplementary. Even before the 401k, your pensions were still supposed to be supplementary. Even before your pension in the 401k, the number one thing for you to retire was your fucking savings. That game is still the same today. The problem is people, they get lost in all this Wall Street and all this corporate talk, but trust and believe, I can whoop anybody's ass with basic fucking math when it comes to this retirement bullshit people's trying to sell everybody.
Yep.
If you are not saving a minimum, depending on where you live, minimum 30%, good fucking luck. Really, you probably need to be in the 50%.
Sauchi, nobody earns and and I know you already know this. I'm just saying it just to say it. Nobody earns enough to save that. Like when I say nobody, I don't mean literally no one, but I mean almost no one. It's
I disagree, bro. I disagree. I know people making good money out here.
I hear what you're saying. No, Leon after me, but I hear what you're saying, G. What I'm saying is bruh, and Sauchi will back me up, bruh. Sauchi is saying black pill truth. On the other side of the black pill truth is who actually earns enough to save 30% for retirement on the other side of, let's say, 65 or 70 if you work that long. Who the hell, right? So, let's say on the other side of 65, saving 30% from the age of 20 to 65 or from the age of 20 to 60 or 63, whatever you take retirement, whether it's early retirement or not. And remember, this is a consistent 30%, right?
Exactly, because remember, a lot of times these
and Leon off this Sauchi, go ahead.
A lot of times these equations that they're giving you, these are perfect case scenarios for 40 consistent years. And one is already impossible. It's already impossible.
You better never get fired.
Forget about getting fired. Here's the other thing. I understand a lot of people
17% losses.
I understand a lot of people think that you don't need to make more money or saving. You don't need to make at least 30%. Here's the kicker: most people go bankrupt not from credit cards and debt. What happens with you? Thank you. Health will wipe your ass out quick. Quick. Don't fucking get cancer. I've seen it from many people since I was a kid. That's why I'm on my health. I don't fuck around with my health. Cancer can wipe you out in months. Months. Easy.
Yep.
A treatment can easily hit 100 or something thousand. Easy.
Michael Moore, sicko, anybody?
And
I hear what y'all saying. I hear what y'all saying,
Yeah.
South.
wait, hold on,
I
hold
just
on, hold
I
on.
disagree that
Let's
most
do
people follow
wait,
this
G.
opinion.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Leon, better you, G, and then name her. Go ahead.
Sauchi, I
We
want
making our
Sauchi to
closings. By
finish
the way,
up.
we oh Sauchi, if you need to finish up, go ahead. But yeah, we making our closings, people.
Y'all
We
got
making
to
our
hear what
closings.
Sauchi is saying.
Yeah. But he I told y'all this black pill truth. Y'all. I'm about I'm about to do the Jason Black. Let me get a black pill in the comments. Go ahead, Sauchi. Go ahead. Land with that, and then Leon, and then better you. I think Dre was trying to say something also. Yeah, we'll just make our closings as we go out. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my closing is, I mean, seriously, after this live, trust and believe. Most people are working. You're working at least. You're working some 200 minimum. If you're working 5 days a week, there's going to be holidays. You're working at least some 240 days. Do the fuck. It's very simple. Do the math. Look at your take home. Divided by 240, and then look at your average monthly expenses divided by 240. That right there gonna tell you where you're at, where you're projected to go. This is why I tell people budgeting, you can do the shit in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, really. It's not hard. Same thing with retirement.
Sauchi said you could do it on a napkin. Go ahead.
It seems like, for real, you could do this shit on a napkin, man. Like I've done it for plenty of people who make 200,000+. I've done it with a pen, and their minds are blown.
Please don't drop
So
down.
let me.
No, Sauchi, you can stay up, Sauchi. But go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Sauchi, you down? Okay, so this is my thing. I knew that what Sauchi is saying is true. I have no plan to retire. I have zero. I do match my 401k and my Roth IRA, but that money's not for me. That's for my son.
Yep.
That's
I knew
how
you
I
were
look
going to
at
say
it.
that. I knew you were going to say that.
I have zero fucking plans of retirement. The day I get cancer, if I get cancer or I get sick, I'm the fuck out of here. I'll take my ass to Canada for them to let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. I literally
Dre said you're welcome. it's funny because it's true.
Bruh.
Thank you for the Canadian tax dollars, Dre.
If you get what I'm saying about Canada, they let you get the fuck out of here, okay?
Yeah, they do.
America
yes, they do.
America,
yes, they do.
I'm not sitting a day in a hospital. I'll walk out the hospital with my fucking kidneys spinning and fucking saying we're done. Okay, I'm not fucking with that. When it comes to the living, we have some major issues because of capitalism in America that I shouldn't have to drive a certain amount of distance to get something to eat. There should be a fucking restaurant or a healthy living food in the middle of my fucking neighborhood. They don't have
you
that
going
shit
after
nowhere.
look. I like my channel, bro. You going after agro business right now, Playboy.
Oh my bad.
I don't need to put that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking with you, but I'm not joking. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Like, no, here. Remember what happened to Oprah when she went after the meat industry? I'm just saying. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. You think she did that just because she wanted to? I'm just saying. Go ahead, yo.
So when it comes to tax, yeah. What's his name was speaking? Well, what was his name? I'm brain parting his name.
Sauchi?
That he was.
Sauchi?
No, the other guy.
Who, Dre? G. Check
it out. People can live off that level of income, right? But recognize you're going to live for the rest of your life. Recognize that people have dreams of doing things and it's not going to be done. That's the reality. So
somebody play Big Mike and Pimp C, please. Having things.
Yeah, having things. The reality is,
shout out to all my Texas people. Go ahead.
I save money, but if I told you what type of money my woman saves, shit. That's all I got to say. She has a comma with 5 zeros in her bank account. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have no plan because I already see it. I see it clear as day. Like they're projecting the average black male life expectancy. There's a reason that they're investing in women first because they don't want to pay for them. They're going to work them until they die. Okay.
Literally.
And I agree.
And this is what women
Hey,
don't.
Kevin tried to tell him. Kevin tried to tell him.
Women think that they're not gonna be broke, bitch. You don't have real.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say bitch again. Say bitch again.
No, I didn't even mean
Hey,
to.
hey, I feel like I just heard a pimp say, "Little bitch."
And that's what I'm saying too. But look, now let me get my clothes
Wait,
in.
let me finish up. Let me finish up.
Go ahead, Leon. My fault.
Hey, Vernon, I agree with this. Vernon said that's not funny, but funny. Exactly. Go ahead. Finish, Leon.
Let me finish saying these women think that they're going to go in and have welfare or whatever services available. No, you're not going to have any kids. Your kids are going to live in another state. They're going to do the same great migration. You're going to be sitting on some fucking deathbed. A fucking nurse come in. They're going to say, "Hey, how you doing?" And you're going to say, "Oh, and they were like, swipe your debit card," and that shit's going to go blank. That
It's
shit
funny
is going
and
to go blank in
sad
the
and
medical.
morbid at the same time.
That shit is going to go blank in the medical system, and they're going to roll your old ass out. And you're literally going to die with no kids, no family, your friends. Let's be clear. By the age of 30, a black male has already lost a percentage of friends. By the age of 50, if you're making money, you've lost a whole bunch of friends. By the age of 60, you're looking to your right and left, and you might have a beer drinking buddy. We know that.
Yeah.
Women don't know that shit.
Bruh.
But they're about to find out that shit. And they're about to find out this system you're paying for until you don't have nothing to pay for. And black women's position in society is pretty fucked up if you don't get what I'm saying.
Hey, let me say this. If Indigo's still here, this is your cue to say, "You're provided now, boo." Go ahead.
That's what I'm. That's what now. This is what I'm saying to that.
You're literally providing towards your death, your deathbed. Okay.
Now this is what I'll say to that.
Wait, hold on. Let's be clear. The majority of black people can't even afford a funeral. Shit, the majority of white people can't even afford a funeral.
What's the average funeral going for now? 10 grand at least, the cheapest on the cheapest end.
Man, I'm getting cremated. I don't give a fuck. Put me in a
I told my people I don't even care.
And
I don't care.
You can throw me in a lake and let me blow up. I don't care.
This is what I'm saying to that.
Go ahead.
I understand these.
Go ahead, because we got to get. I think. Was it better you try to speak and then Dre?
I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna make it quick and concise. I understand these things, and I also understand the reason motherfuckers can't afford the funerals because they spent all their money on McDonald's and fucking Fendi purses.
Look, we got a hard stop at 9 o'clock. Y'all are taking Mrs. Z valuable time right now. I am not trying to be getting hit upside the head with a pan or be out here in the wilderness with these goddamn monster women.
She gonna kill you with the red bottoms, nigga.
But no,
exactly right. I'm not trying to get hit upside the head with the same red bottoms I bought. What the hell?
Basically, what I'm saying is, Sauchi knows what I'm saying, and he knows I'm telling the truth. He like that's literally by the time these ladies start in these hospitals in 10 years, they're fucked. 20 years, they're fucked. Once you hit 65, ladies, you're not gonna have a dime to your fucking pocket. That's the reality.
Kevin tried to tell him. I tried to tell him with the South Korean clip. I'm just saying. Shout out to Trell.
I just want to interject to what he just said. I've seen again, and I'm in the DC area where women on average, especially black women, especially black women, they make the most. They make the most on average here. And yes, many of these older women, they don't have shit.
Hey, yo, do y'all know the DMV is like the loneliest place for women?
They don't even have friends.
There's an article for that.
You said DC is the loneliest place for women?
Yeah, it's one of the loneliest places.
Yeah,
it's one of the greatest places for black men. I'll tell you that much.
And I can tell you the reason why. Yes, if you're an average fucking woman, hell yeah, because those are the men who have options. We ain't checking for you. It's really that fucking simple.
Look, Sauchi's being nice. Let me say it in the way it need to be said. Niggas can buy these hoes can't buy these niggas.
Oh no! When I was in DC, there was a whole bunch of 40-year-old, 50-year-old ladies buying me. for the time. And I'm not saying like all the
I knew
prostitutes,
you
but
were.
I'm
I
saying
knew there was something at the end of that statement. Say it again for me, please, Leon.
when I lived in DC with my dad, I never dated a girl my age. You can sit down and fix these bitches' sink, their drywall, and they fucking you. And then they critique your behavior. You behave good, make them feel good. You get all the ass you want. She gonna buy you shoes, clothes, buy you shit. But at the end of the day, when you leave, you leave. And she's back to her corner talking about my friend this. She hit up her girl. She can't even bring her girl around you because
she might steal her from you. She might steal you from her.
Like DC is such a great place with black guys if you have just basic fucking skills. And if you got a PhD, you got high class skills, they hate you. Like them bitches can make all the money, buy all the purses.
I'm about to call somebody out real quick. I'm about to call. You see, Sauchi got real quiet, right?
No, but look, listen, I understand.
Sauchi said, "Shut up, Z. Don't bust me out. Go ahead. Better you try to go. Yeah, better you and then UGC. Go ahead. Better you."
So I will say this. I feel like both the brothers G and Sauchi are very right. I have a lot of the financial advice I've gotten from my father sounds a lot like some of the stuff that G would say. And the clash with money with me and my dad has simply been, hey, I don't live in the same backwoods town. Yeah, it sounds like I make great money. Like I'm gonna make probably about 100, depending on my bonus this year. Like I'm probably gonna make about 110 if I max out my bonus.
Better you, I need your address for research purposes, and I need all your guns and the lockbox.
Oh shit! I got the arsenal. Mine is better than you.
I already told you I need your address for research purposes, and I need all your guns in a lockbox too.
Hey, better you. I'm gonna say one thing and tell me if you got something better. But Nelly M4 and M2. Do you have anything better than that?
I got my AR-12.
Dang.
Y'all niggas is way too heavily loaded for me, bro. Y'all way too heavily loaded for me.
I got my 300 blackout with the binary.
Niggas is trying to shoot through walls. I don't know what the hell y'all think. Who y'all think y'all going to war with?
You gotta be able to get them long ass. Listen, you gotta be able to get them long ass guns out. That ain't gonna matter when we pull out the CZ.
I got
the CZ coming out the fatty
my
pack.
Ruger 9 too. Hey, I'm ready. I got a Ruger 9 katana. Hey, I'm ready.
Listen to these southern and midwestern ass niggas. You hear this shit? This is all. See, hey, all you niggas in the Northeast don't know shit about this, but y'all got guns legally. Anyway, all of us in the Midwest and the South, on the other hand.
What don't we got? I got everything.
We got everything.
You looking for ARs? You looking for handguns? I got it.
All the Northeastern niggas just dropped a tear. F-U-Z.
but not like it's
oh man.
My hometown.
I'm joking, you guys. I'm joking. Go ahead.
My hometown is real rural. Like if I could make what I'm making there, I would be king of that fucking town. I'd be able to buy any property I want. Where I'm at, Augusta is really low cost of living, comparatively speaking. Atlanta, making what I make, it's like, yo, you're another nigga.
But listen, but that's not true. That's not true.
That's
how you perceive it.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because G, you make sense. Let me say this as a nigga from Dade that don't currently live in Dade, but I still live in the Tri-County area. Bruh, like these cities, bro, you'll be making 65, 70, 75, and people are like, all right, I see you, Z, I see you. And you're like, nigga, no.
But that's the thing. This is the real thing, Z.
Right?
Nigga, you're not supposed to retire there. Nigga, you're supposed to leave with the money. You're not supposed to work in a fucking urban area. You're not supposed to retire in a business district, nigga. You're not a millionaire or a billionaire or an oligarch. You are a working class individual. You're supposed to make your money while you're working, Move to the fucking country, buy a house, and retire, and live under your means. Niggas want to be fake billionaires and I worked at this job and I was prestigious. No, nigga, you're going to get broke in the city, bro. They don't break you.
Wait,
They
who?
gonna hit your pocket.
G, wait, because I think Dre got something. Dre, is that you trying to speak?
Yeah, I was trying to say,
Okay.
like, G, I was trying to holler at you low key, man. Like, understand, right? Like, I understand where you're coming from, because, like, I'm an ex-pookie too, right? So, like, I understand where you're coming from completely. But, like, you got to listen to niggas like Salchi talking about finances. That's where you need to get into if you're not already there. I don't know.
No, I'm cool. Listen, trust me, Jay. I'm good on pay. I'm from the trenches. I ain't gonna talk about what I got saved and what I'm doing and shit. That's my business. But I'm saying this. I'm not retiring in no fucking major city, nigga. I'm taking my money when I'm done. Whenever I want to buy something, why would I buy the place where they're competing at? I would rather go buy the shit they're not competing for. And when I get old, be on my farm, looking at my farm, chilling. Like everybody.
This is a Midwestern nigga talking right now. I just want you to understand. By the way, I'm not. By the way, wait. Let me do G a solid. I'm not saying I disagree with G. By the way, I am saying the perspective is that of a person from the Midwest that's thinking differently. That's saying, bro, I'm not. I get what G is saying. I'm not doing that major city shit. That shit is for the birds. That shit is killing y'all financially. So I definitely understand that. And he does make a point about where you move and where you go at retirement so that money could stretch. Because the last thing you want to do, especially if you had no plans, see, it's different. Like, I'm okay if I retire and become a Walmart greeter because I want to get out that damn house, right? But if you had no plans on doing, like, you wanted to retire and really retire, and then you got to fuck around and come back out here because you ain't gonna make enough, or you ate through your money. Oh, it ain't nothing, bro. And that's some of the most depressing shit I ever seen in my life.
That's why
niggas that eat through their money in retirement and they got to come up back out here. Oh,
that's why
this is what I'm saying. See, why would you work your whole life to save $2 million and then stay in a place where a fucking apartment costs $800,000? Like, is you crazy?
Yeah.
Is you crazy? You worked your whole life for that shit.
Before
they got a place. Listen, and they got a place 2 hours away that's 50 times cheaper. And if you just want to come, man, I just don't understand the way people be thinking. Man.
You do got a good point, because in one of the major cities I work in, the downtown area got listen to what I'm telling y'all. Condos going for 400, 350, 320. The shit is and we not, bro, I'm not talking about no big ass condos, y'all. I'm talking about 2 2s, 3 2s.
Yeah,
going for half a mil, 450, 420, 350. Go ahead.
And it's the last I'm gonna say about it, Z. This is the last I'm gonna say about it. This is the last I'm gonna say about it. You gotta be intelligent. You gotta be an intelligent man out here in the world. I don't think there were no intelligent men that were like, yeah, if I don't have the resources, I'm gonna stay here and compete with the fucking 30-year-old dudes that could go to work 90 hours a week. I can't do that no more. I gotta go somewhere else. I'm not 30 no more. I'm not, and that's just all I'm gonna say. You can do what you want to do with your money.
Like that's the point that I was trying to make, right? Like, you don't need to work those insane kind of hours. Like just get yourself a financial advisor. You're making good money, man. You said you're making $30 an hour in the States. You're making good money. I don't know where you live. Well, I mean, you've mentioned it previously. I think you said Omaha.
Let me say this to the brothers who are like This is not a Sauchi and Better You conversation because they make too much. Fuck y'all niggas. So let me talk to G and Leon. Like, we're like financially where we are is like, oh, that ain't bad, but like at the same time we like, yeah, but it ain't good either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying
the only one who feels that way?
Yo, Anthony,
to me, this shit is great. Listen.
So
to me, I always have excess money, bro. I don't worry about money for real. I always have, but I'm from the trenches. So I think about it a little bit different,
bro. That's why I'm trying to come at
so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I put up a meme forever ago, so it's you would have to scroll down on my community tab for a while to find it, where I was like, and it shows the like older white dude, and he has a smile on his face, like when you just make it into the middle class and then inflation gets so high that it drop you right back to working class, right? And like, low key, I kind of feel like that, right? And I remember, I think Better you laughed at because, like, I think you had put a comment down in there when I posted it too, like, what the fuck? Like, you just get to stability, and then it's like, So this is it, right? Like, nigga, I just got here. It don't feel that glamorous like I thought it was,
This is like part of what like I wanted to
So, boy, join that inflation, man.
bruh.
This is part of like what I wanted to talk to Sochi about because like
Mhm.
I had a conversation with a coworker that told me that he might be coming into an inheritance,
So
right?
that's what's up. Shout out to the people that's actually getting it.
Yeah, like and he's talking about like a multi-million-dollar inheritance. Like
Woo! So
yeah,
he's rare.
Oh
That's super rare,
man,
by the way. That's
yeah,
super rare.
and dangerous
yeah.
because he could do some damage to himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Salchi, I got a joke for you. You know what he told me?
Oh God.
I'm gonna invest in a high interest savings account, and I'm like, don't ever fucking do that.
Sauchi, do you want to explain to people like how that shit, if you are the luckiest person in the world, you might be able to make out with like a bandit, but that's not how that shit usually go, like ever.
Yeah, statistically, it's so small. I mean,
Sample
okay,
negligent.
okay. So let's say, and again, when people talk about money, they're typically talking about gross. I like
Yeah.
talking about net because that's what you're actually living off of and spending.
Exactly.
So let's say he actually after tax whatever, because I don't know how he's getting the money. If it's whatever, let's say it's $1 million. Let's just 1 million, dude. Blow 100,000, 50 to 100,000. Get the shit off your chest.
Like,
The rest do not
I got
touch.
another joke for you. The guy was like, "Oh, if I invest in a high interest savings account, at the end of the year, I'm gonna get like $200,000. But I'm just
I
like,
don't
with
know what he's
inflation,
smoking.
you're
What's he
probably
smoking?
sitting at like 160, 170, some shit like that."
Dre, let me ask you something. How old is that? How old is this guy that you're talking about?
He's a late 50s white dude.
Nigga, why do you sound like a 23-year-old? What
No,
the fuck?
No. You don't be surprised. Most people, this includes people with their
boomer
master's
logic.
degrees and PhDs, don't know shit about money. I'm telling you, I see it all the time.
This is scary, Sauchi.
Even in it, what's even scarier? Even in my industry of finance, even many of them, I sit there and I tell them shit, and they're looking at me. And this is people with more degrees and all this other shit that I have, and I just look at them like, man,
This is lottery dream shit.
maybe I should be more of a dick. Then I can have your job.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, and I catch myself doing this as a person who does not have the acumen of like, no shit, not even G, but definitely not a better you or Sauchi or Leon, right? But I find myself listening to people when they come up with like these cockamamie like lottery dreams. I'm gonna throw all my money into BitConnect or whatever cryptocurrency and like cross fingers, knock on wood, hope to God. And like I find myself speaking to these people sometimes and being like, how do I tell this person they're fucking retarded without telling them they're fucking retarded without being offensive? Like how do I tell them, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about without being offensive?
I know. It's called smile, nod, and walk away.
Sorry, number 2 is coming.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dre, and then better you. We gotta close out, yo, and then Leon. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. But go ahead, Dre. Go ahead.
I was just saying, number 2 is coming out, and like the other thing that I wanted to ask is, Spy is holding right now. I'm wondering why. Like I was trying to make a play on Friday, but I was like kind of busy at work and shit, so I couldn't really like watch the charts and all that. But yeah, I'm kicking myself over it because I could have tripled my money then.
Right. Look.
Don't kick yourself over it.
Look, the one time everybody had a chance really to go gangbusters on money was that GameStop stock.
Oh no,
that was pretty much that was it. That was the one in a lifetime like the I want to say this is gonna sound retarded. Go ahead.
Bro, check it out. I made so much money off Tesla, Exxon, gas. I made a little money off of Nvidia. Me and Sauchi talked about that. I got in at like 280. But I saw it because me and BGS and him were talking about it. And I bought AMD and I bought more Intel and I bought another company. And I was looking at that company and I was like, and I let it sit there. That shit went from 40 to 180. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't buy this shit. And like, hold on, man, hold on. And I got it at 280. You know what I'm saying? But I bought Tesla because I was watching the Bitcoin thing, and I'm not buying Bitcoin because I didn't get the shit.
I'm not
And
doing
it was on Netflix. They were talking about Tesla, and he's like, he's gonna have the cars drive itself. Next thing I know, Green New Deal. The AOC talking about that shit, and they're talking about I said I'm buying this shit. I was like, I'm not buying it for the car. I'm buying it for the technology and the chips and all that shit.
Well,
I made money off that shit. But
we got to get better you after this, and bro, we got to make a hard stop in a couple minutes, y'all, because
when it comes to crypto and shit, niggas believe in that so much that you can't talk them out of it. I'm sorry,
yeah, bro, it's bad.
I try to talk people out of it. I try to talk my cousin into buying some Tesla when the shit was $200 before they split it up, the shares up. He was like, "No, I'm trying to win," and he took some L's.
Can I just say something about this stock stuff, man? Listen, it is one of the hardest ways to make a dollar. The best minds, for the most part, are in this game. And then when you start adding in hedge funds and the amount of money they put into these supercomputers, understand, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're not going to win. Yeah. I don't like talking about it because I just know statistically, realistically, less than 10% of people, I'm talking about even the fucking professionals, don't make money in the stock market.
By the way,
that money goes into the people, into the less than 10%. People don't.
Let's back up what Salchi's saying by saying 80% of stocks are held by 20% of people that's actually in the stock market.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, am I right about that, Salchi?
Yeah, it's a little bit over that, but here's what's even scarier. Okay, so everybody's talking about S&P 500. Obviously, that's the benchmark, right? This is what people don't understand again about finances. Do you know how many companies actually holding up that S&P 500 performance as of this year?
About 300 companies.
No, it's 500 companies. But like Salchi was saying on BGS,
it's the world, pretty much.
It's 7.
7?
Yeah. 7 companies, only 7 of them. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is why I don't like talking. I don't like to get too in deep with this shit because it'll really make people shit their pants.
Let me say this too, because I was watching that little. It's in my community tab somewhere. And I didn't tag you much. I think I tagged you and a couple of other people, but like something like 10 to 40% of these like multinational or national companies ain't making no money. They're like ghost companies.
I've been saying I've been saying this for the last 2 years. This is what I've been saying because people don't know shit about basic accounting. This is why I try to when I tell people stuff, I'm giving basic shit. Like, this is what's scary. It's basic. I'm not even giving advanced shit. You don't understand basic accounting, in my opinion, you shouldn't be in the markets. You can't afford to lose that money.
That's why
you can't be in the market because the big boys, you're trying to make a 5% on a dollar. Do you know how these guys are really playing? They're making
Billions.
$5 on 50 cents. Dude, you have no room for error. None. Zero.
None.
So if you lose, even if you lose 25%, here's the numbers that people don't know. You lose 25%, how much money what percentage do you need to be at to get back to zero? Most people would say 25. You're wrong. It's like 40-something% to get to zero.
What I've learned from like the high level guys, like they don't leverage more than 1% of their portfolio.
That's crazy.
Dude,
but look, y'all.
This is why I don't.
No, we gotta go. We gotta go though.
You know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Better You get the last word because he's been trying to talk. And then I am going to close it out. Go ahead, Better You.
No, I was just gonna echo this because where Sachi was going earlier with his explanation with things and financial instruments, he already touched on it, but with a lot of stuff, really it boils down to you and a race is the way I think of it. And the race is, can I beat inflation? Yes. So when it comes down to financial instruments and whatever it is, like Sachi said, like if inflation's at 3% and you got a 3% raise, you nil.
You're in the red.
Yeah. So that is kind of the best way to visualize and think of those things. And that's how come, like, I know that somebody who may not be as deep in the numbers, listening and hearing some of the shit, it's kind of like, Sasha, what the fuck you talking about? Like 8%? Like,
that's what it sounds like. But no, like you said, you just got to stay ahead. So if it's 3, you got to be at 5, 6. You know, yeah. So no. What Better You said, yeah, and that's how I envisioned it. Also, when Sachi was speaking, like this shit is crazy. So everyone, this concludes our episode of What the Hell is FD Signifier Talking About?
He's talking about geriatric care,
right? Bro, he's speaking about us. He's speaking about us paying for these women on the other side of retirement. And I ain't with it. So look, if FD Signifier feels like it's not his place as a black man, I actually somewhat kind of sort of agree. Then I would ask him, where are his female counterparts to tell the women, hey, by the way, you can't have both. You can't have patriarchy and egalitarianism. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, right? So there's that. And if he's expecting Kim Foster to do it, not gonna happen.
Anyway, peace out. Y'all ain't shit, and God bless you for it.
Let's all right. And let me read Dre's comment here. That's been highlighted forever. Thanks for this Sachi tax in effect, right? And on that note, everybody, we'll pause. Peace and chicken grease. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Managed for content, other non-managed for content. You hear that part, FD Signifier? Like, that's me telling people to go check out other stuff that have nothing to do with Black Manosphere or any type of Manosphere. When you talk about touch grass, like that, if you check out my community tab, you'll see a bunch of stuff that have nothing to do with nothing about no Black Manosphere, no Black women, no relationship stuff, because I want people to know what's going on in the world. The world, once again, touch grass, right? Yeah, that's what we do over here. Anyway, maybe you don't know that Mr. Z did a couple of videos about telling these people, black women, to put their phone down and get off of social media, right, and go live a life so they can see that what they're talking about on social media is absolutely insane, right? And stop taking that hair salon talk and bringing it on the internet like goddamn. On that note, everyone, y'all have a great rest of your night. Mr. Z out. All right, everyone, we out.
Thank you.
Peace.